Look at who's present.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. When I say I promise you, I'm gonna knock out the Gypsy King as well.
ThaBoxingvoice Productions.
How am I gonna let this little skinny spaghetti hit my face?
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Numbers don't lie, and I'm that guy.
I'm the dog with the business.
When I stepped on the scene, I said I wanted this stuff. I said I wanted to let it go.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
So I'm still on the mission.
I'm gonna chase his ass all the way up there.
I told him it's an easy fight to make.
Some of them like it, some of them don't. ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back to another glorious day. Thank the Lord we're awake. We're here for some more boxing talk, and we got a great program. It's been a while since we talked the king of the heavyweight division, Anthony Joshua. Well, he's come out and made some interesting statements that'll definitely have hardcores and casual fans excited alike. So we're here to discuss the state of the heavyweight division, Anthony Joshua's new call-outs, and basically secondary matches if he can't get what he and the world wants, which is Deontay Wilder. Now, we'll have a special guest on the program this morning at 9:30. We're scheduled to have Chris Colbert, the up-and-coming prospect, who we will ask the question that me and Mike continue to debate over. Prospect contender. How can we tell? We'll ask the young up-and-coming Chris Colbert to define that for us so we can have that knowledge. I'm joined alongside a couple of co-hosts hailing from around the globe. So let's get this thing started so we can talk some boxing early in the morning. Get your coffee, get your L's. It's time to kick back and talk some boxing. Call us up at 1-425-569-5241. Hashtag we working.
It's me, Mario.
What up? Yeah, man, I'm excited. It's weird because it's not like we haven't been doing shows. It just feels like we haven't been chopping it up like this, just because we've had so many interviews, so many great interviews like yesterday. And so I'm excited to talk about Joshua. I'm excited. Look, people use the word casual and it's like a dirty word. It's like a bad word, but it just makes it more fun when there's something that crosses over to casual hardcore interests. And Joshua, Wilder, Joshua, the heavyweight division in general is that thing, because obviously casuals love heavyweights and obviously hardcores want heavyweights back to where it's been. But Mike, how you doing this morning, man? Rocking that Baylor. That is what's up. Shout out to Baylor, Texas. Yeah.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
Two attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss. Two to stand over. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yo. Good morning, everybody in TBV land. Real quick. Shout out to Ralphie. Shout out Rhythm Advisor. Shout out Primetime Pugilist. Shout out Fat Apples. Shout out somebody, Andre Diacono. Yes, baby, I saw your name in the chat. Just shout out to everybody who's always here with us early in the morning, rocking out. And yeah, man, Joshua threw out Ortiz name. I was totally shocked when I heard that. But maybe. I don't know, man. I really don't know what the train of thought is behind him calling out Ortiz. But maybe these guys can help me along and try to help me see the picture that they possibly see. But yeah, man, we'll get into it. First thing in the morning, man. Y'all smack that thumbs up button and help us rock out. Let's go.
Let's get into it, man. I sent you guys some audio, and we can start off by definitely playing it. I'll give you the short version, and then we can dissect the longer version.
Who would be ideally, if it's not Fury, it's not Wilder, who's your next ideal opponent? Immediate next.
Ortiz, Miller, or White.
Wow.
Ortiz, Miller, White. Now, we have other audio, which we'll get into the conversation a little more in depth, allow Joshua to give you, I guess, more words, but at the end of the day, all we cared about was Ortiz, Miller, and Miller. You know, I know some of you guys are gonna, yeah, White, not me.
Yeah, I said White, but you said Miller. I was like, whoa.
I seen that. I'm more interested in Ortiz. As the interviewer said, Barack, he's like, whoa, I don't think I've ever heard you mention Ortiz. You're right. We've never heard him mention Ortiz, and rightfully so, but it is time. And I love that he's come out and he's mentioned him. Now, would a fight actually happen? I don't know. I mean, I remember 2016, 2017, Luis Ortiz was a WBA mandatory for Anthony Joshua, and somehow, some way, that fight never happened.
2016.
2016.
When he signed with I believe he signed with Eddie Hearn first, and then he had a fight with
so actually it's 3 years now, technically.
Yeah, Dave Allen, Malik Scott, and somebody else.
The actual month that he signed up, but in theory, it's about 3 years. If it
the theory was behind the theory was behind him being the mandatory was he failed a drug test, which the WBA kicked him out of their rankings, but the WBC left him in theirs because he had proof that he was taking the blood pressure medicine.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. But, from my perspective, I'm not surprised to hear his name, Ortiz's name called out. I'm not surprised that Big Baby's name was thrown in there because, look, Joshua is turning into the Joshua show. He is in a position where he can't look like he's taking steps backwards or sideways. I like the White fight just because I like it, but I'll tell you why I like it even more beyond that. It's because we've seen in boxing guys take side steps, back steps, all this stuff. White is a suitable opponent if Fury, Wilder, Ortiz, Big Baby. I mean, honestly, at this point, I think he might be just as good, if not better than Big Baby. I mean, I understand that he did fight him before, but White has shown improvement. So let's get it straight. Joshua is not scared of these dudes. He is not scared to fight these guys. You said he didn't call Ortiz out, rightfully so. I took that like if, interpreting, just the economics of it all. But if you're trying to say, but if someone interpreted that as like, oh, because he's the boogeyman and Ortiz is scary, like that's not right at all. Joshua wants that work. He definitely wants that work. But if Fury and Wilder outstage him again, just by setting up the fight, that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on Joshua. But I think he welcomes that pressure.
I mean, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. We've been here before. At this point, we just want to fight. I mean, wasn't it Joshua that said that Wilder had to decide whether or not he wanted to fight him before the Fury fight because, he wanted to be training in January? Here we are, January. Here we are, no fight decided upon. So, I mean, I'm just saying that to say we've heard these camps, not just Joshua's, every single camp say things before they're actually set in stone. And, we can only take them with a grain of salt is how I feel. Like, you just never know. If you continue to watch this DAZN interview, well, then you knew exactly that this was more of a damage control interview. The interviewers were guiding him on what to talk about and what.
What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean the interviewers were guiding him?
Well, I mean, you can hear Ak say like, "Oh, so." Basically, you're coming here because you want to get in front of the U.S. media and you want to, do some interviews and talk, because you plan on fighting. And he's like, yeah. I want to come out. I want to go to Brooklyn. I want to go to Queens, And it's like they were just leading him. They would lob the ball and he would swing with all his might. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's DAZN, that's part of it. They want their boy to look good, they want him to say all the right things. They're looking for those sound clips that shows like us can dissect and pick apart. But you're right, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. That said, I remember Eddie saying something back when Eddie was talking a little more. You know, he's been a little quiet lately, obviously. It is, you know, holidays and stuff, so that's absolutely understandable. But I remember him saying I think like a few weeks after Wilder Fury, something about a decision being made at some point around this time in the new year. Look, if he's waiting because there's still hope for that Wilder fight, then terrific. Wait as long as you want. I mean, remember Pacquiao Mayweather. I mean, there was barely any time to sell that fight. I don't think Wilder and Joshua was at that stage, but they're pretty damn close. They don't need a whole lot of time to sell this fight. Everybody wants it. So if we're still trying to dot the I's and cross the T's, terrific. I just don't think that's the case. So the fact that he threw these names out there, you know, it could be like a guiding test, like, okay, how bad do y'all want to see me in with this guy or that guy? You know, what kind of buzz am I going to get just by mentioning these guys' names? And clearly he's getting that buzz. Nobody has ever accused Joshua of being a fool or Eddie Hearn, and they know exactly what they're doing. I think every single time they've stepped in front of a U.S. mic in the last 2 months has been a very calculated move.
Of course, it's been damage
calculated.
Yeah, it's been damage control.
Damage control.
It's been.
I like that word you're using, damage control.
Trying to raise his profile over in the U.S. I mean, like you said, Eddie and Joshua is way smarter than us. So they've been.
Bruh, fuck all that. I want to know why the fuck he want to go to Harlem's projects. Like, you ain't even from New York, B. Like,
Bro,
he's from
like.
So you don't hear me saying I want to go to fucking Little Rock's projects. Like, that shit don't even make sense, B. You know, that's how you know you ain't from over here. I want to go to Little Rock's projects. I'm going to go to fucking Corpus Christi projects. Type of weird.
The man said he want to go to Harlem, and now you say it's weird for him wanting to go and see the community. I'm sure he ain't talking about going to that.
Jamal in the chat, right? He clout chasing. He lucky Tekashi ain't out here. He lucky Tekashi ain't out here. Put him on Front Street, straight lace. Yo, come on, man. Yo, I wish I had that.
My nigga, I want to go to Harlem. What you mean?
I know. That's what I was about to say.
Like everybody who's not from New York, everybody who's not from New York,
hell yeah,
not from New Jersey. You want to go to
Harlem, but you ain't fucking trying to go to Harlem to be in no fucking hospitals and go to the projects. Like, you ain't here to interview.
If I was Joshua's statue, maybe I would be. Trying to get back to the community, man.
You know, this goes back
in front of y'all. I love it though. I love it.
How is it wrong going to the wanting to go to the like? No. Explain to me, how is it wrong?
It's fake. You ain't from over here. So what the fuck?
Want to go to one of the most famous hoods of all.
No. Don't rush it. Don't brush it off. Why you trying to connect with our hood now? You ain't from over here. Why is it important to you to connect with our intercity? Someone fucking educate me on that. Why is it important?
Someone educate me why that's a problem. Like, why is that a problem?
Why is it important? Why?
You know what? You know what you're missing here? You're missing the fact that yesterday you said one of the smartest things in the world about people where they're from taking not taking disadvantage, but like not taking for granted where they're from. You don't give a shit about. You said yesterday on the show, fuck New York. And I know you didn't mean like fuck New York. It was just like, to you, it's a hassle. It's a hassle to go over there and deal with the traffic. But to me and Mike, I mean, that's a place to vacation. That's a place I want to see. Bro, I want to go to Brooklyn and Harlem. I want to go to all the boroughs.
You should have seen me when I went to Brooklyn with Ness. I was so happy. This motherfucker could not wait to get out of Brooklyn.
Nigga,
he could not wait to get out of Brooklyn.
Oh, man, we have to go together then.
You went with Ness. You ain't go out there on your own with skinny jeans on. Fuck out of here. Know what I'm saying? You came out there with Ness. Shit. You feel me? You came out there with Ness, and that's that, yo. That's that. Like, all I'm saying is,
are you saying that you're willing to be the welcome party for Joshua? You'll take him around the hood?
He got his people. You see that? They took him to New York and everything. He got his people. All I'm saying is, bruh, you see people go to Africa and it's like, oh, you know, they want to chill with the kids and the part. Like, it's all about publicity. So like, I just read between the lines. I know the fake shit. When celebrities go out there and they trying to do this, you know, this media campaign, we know what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So now that he's doing it, Why are we taking it any different? He's physically telling you in the interview, like, nah, before I fight, I got to come out there and kind of interact with the culture, you know what I'm saying? And be one with the people before I'm do a show. So it's like, oh, so basically it's all fake. You just laying the groundwork for the fucking money you trying to make in the U.S.
Look, I feel you where you come from. I get it. You don't want to be taking advantage of that shit. But here's the deal: New York has become that place again. You know, there was for a while. You know, New York hadn't popped off. Vegas was the place, but New York is taking it back. New York is taking it back with a vicious grip, and there are people getting paid that draw in New York. So if there's no guy in the heavyweight division that calls New York their home, you know what I'm saying? That can go to the Barclays and have the roof get blown off like they do for you know, like DJ, I guess, is one. You know, then what's the deal? Like, why is that a problem?
Excellent point in the chat. See, this is what I'm saying. We got fucking super intelligent people. AJ was bashing our quote unquote hood mentalities. And before I finish this comment, I'll just remind you. Oh, because I ain't an American or brashy and out going with jewelry on and all that bullshit he talking. Now he want to come and connect with the hood. Hashtag fake. Shout out to Southside. Yeah.
Y'all niggas act like everybody from the hood wear jewelry and shit.
People see it.
Everybody from the block is the same stereotype from the block. Come on, man. Y'all get over there, bro.
Mike, that's the point. People with jewelry get stereotyped. So that's why I got upset the last time he said that. Don't fake it like niggas with jewelry ain't considered drug dealers. People who
not everybody. No. Hell no. You quit that shit, bro. Everybody who got a chain on now is a motherfucking drug dealer.
Oh man, that's the stereotype, bro.
Man, all right, man, that's a whole nother subject.
You can stutter
or a rapper.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
That's the stereotype.
That's a whole nother subject, though. But okay.
Look, I don't think that it's a problem for him to come over and try to acclimate himself. And especially if he knows New York is wide open, he wants to do them numbers like that. I can't hate on that. It's just smart. It's just business.
Google black man with a chain on and check out all the fucking articles come up.
I would rock a chain. Honestly, if I could afford it, I would.
The myth of gold chains and no brains from The Guardian. Where's that at? Oh, the UK. Let me just keep the fucking moving. And that's too sharp for that bullshit Mike trying to talk. I hear you, you AJ fanboy undercover. I see it. Hey, Wilder, you checking this motherfucker? You seeing him early in the morning.
There's only one Deontay Wilder.
I see through you, Mike.
If you really knew about, you know what I'm saying, African culture and gold and all that kind of shit, then you'll know that, in my opinion, that's where we get our wanting to wear chains and wanting to wear jewelry from, not wanting to be fucking drug dealers and shit. But that's a whole nother day for a whole nother subject.
No, absolutely.
That's a lot of people say that.
Listen to me. It's a debate, Mike, but there's also a stigma attached to that. Yes or no? Like you and a contingency of people can believe that it represents something else, just like the other whole half has a different definition for it. So I'll let we know.
Just like everybody thinks people from the hood want to be basketball players or like rappers. Other people got different dreams too, man. It's not just want to be a fucking entertainer or athlete. So can we just quit with these stereotypes or like?
No, look, and you're absolutely right. And not everybody from the hood that does want to be a rapper wants to be perceived in the same way. Look, I'm gonna be real, okay? I was born in the hood, grew up in the hood, went to hood ass schools, but I don't look like I'm from the hood. But guess what else? I could rap my fucking ass off. I got bars for days. There's not a man listening right now that I couldn't fuck up.
Yeah,
and I'm being real.
You calling out the world.
I'm just being real. I'm just being real. I'm good with it. I am nice with it. Okay. New York do say I'm nice. All right. That ain't even the lingo, but they say I'm nice because I'm nice. But at the same time, I would get checked back in the day because I didn't have a big ass jersey, because I wasn't rocking a white tee. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it was like a double standard all the way around. So where Mike's coming from, I feel that. I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it works both ways. It works both ways. Like, there's stereotypes for everybody, even inside the stereotypes. So.
And then AJ had a chain on when he was with Akim Barak, right?
Nah, I didn't see that shit.
thought he had like a little.
so.
Unless that was a motherfucking rosary, which I do.
Yeah,
fuck
like,
with.
like-
I do fuck with. I lost my.
Yeah, that's what I would rock right now if I had the cash.
Yeah, nice little gold rosary. Keep it thin. Not no big shit, but look, I hear you, man. Look, I hear.
Man, give me that goddamn me wild or goddamn me Cuban link. Goddamn it.
Yeah, but
That shit
you
hard.
don't want to be stereotyped by AJ just because you got a Wilder Cuban link on. All of a sudden, because you got a Wilder Cuban link on, it makes you brash. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, let's get to some callers, right? We know what we here for. I'm gonna play the long version. You know what I'm saying? In case anybody try to say I edited AJ's voice and shit. Let me go ahead and play that long version.
Immediate next.
Ortiz, Miller, or White.
Wow.
My top 4 selection.
I don't think anyone's ever heard you mention Ortiz's name before. Hopefully,
Yeah,
right,
you know what, you're right, because you know what it is for me, I always felt like these guys, they want to fight, but I've always felt like I brought a lot more to the table. So, you know, let's say they want a lot in terms of what their reward is to fight me. It's like well above their station. So I never even mention these guys' names because I already know what they're expecting when they fight me. And I know it's something that I'm not willing to give. So
right. So they're looking at you like, you know, the jackpot. If I'm going to fight AJ, I need to make a ton of money to do so.
Yeah.
I mean, but I guess they all have to look at.
I just want to pause it right there. Like, does AJ not realize he's the equivalent to Canelo, Mayweather, Oscar? Like, does he not realize he's the cash cow? Does he not realize that when you fight him, it's like Robert Guerrero fighting Mayweather, making 2.5 his first time, or Victor Ortiz making 2.5 his first time? Like, does he not realize he represents the Willy Wonka ticket? Like, why is he actively out here telling motherfuckers, yo, well, if you want to fight me, what you need to do is take whatever I'm going to give you because, hey, it's the heavyweight division. If you beat me, you got the keys to the city.
And that's the problem with fighting over in the UK, man. You gotta his money, like Wilder said, his money.
I'll tell you what this is. This is when you go to court and you cop out and you talk about, yo, I'm guilty with a fucking excuse, you know, guilty with a reason. Like, bro, I don't care why you ducking and your reasons for ducking, but coming out telling people basically like, yo, you want to fight me, you got to take what I'm giving you because I'm offering you an opportunity that if you beat me, you will be able to do the same. That's a duck. That's a ducking tactic, bro. Like handing out contracts that you know people ain't gonna say yes to unless they're wishing on a star, unless they believe in themselves and go against their team so much that they take this deal. Like, think about what he's saying. It's like, yo, don't worry about the initial number. Just beat me and you get to call the shots. That's some bullshit. And he's not saying it just
is that a lie?
He's not just saying it to Wilder anymore. He's saying it for everybody. Like, he's saying, yeah, I want to fight Luis Ortiz, but in the same breath, he turns around and says, I want to fight Luis, but the reason I never mention him is because we know these guys want a bunch of money that I'm not willing to pay. Those are words.
But is it a lie, Ness?
Mario, how much did
I'm asking you. Is it a lie?
Joseph Parker got 13 million without having to argue, bruh.
No. I'm talking about if they beat Joshua.
Hold on.
Are they the man?
Don't say that narrative, man. Joseph Parker and his team and Eddie's team went back at it for almost a month or two, bro. Come on, man.
Oh, so you call 1 month worth of back and forth?
I'm just saying, don't make it.
Had 4 months of negotiations with their teams that ended in nothing, let alone all the fucking months and months.
David Higgins
Damn it.
and Eddie Hearn had maybe 1-2 months. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they had a because remember, David Higgins came out and did a press conference about AJ's chin, saying, Parker has never been down, and Parker was a motherfucker sweating like a motherfucker. But Parker has never been down. AJ has been down by Dillian White, been down to sparring, been down, blah, 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 blah. So they set the campaign for that fight. That's all I'm saying.
I just don't think Joshua's fully lying, but at the same time,
well, he's not lying, Mario. He's absolutely telling the truth. You want to fight him, you take the deal he's giving you, or you don't take no deal at all.
I'm saying though, if somebody beats him, because you're talking about like, oh, am I going to go against the grain and believe I could beat him? Like every fighter that steps in the ring is going to believe they can beat him. Like that's not even a question. But the point is that can they get that smoke afterwards? I mean, like, do they have it afterwards? Are they that guy? You know, if you beat Canelo, it don't make you Canelo. You know what I'm saying? But I think that the heavyweight
brought him up. I'm so happy you brought him up because Canelo took short money in the Cotto fight. Canelo took short money in the Floyd fight. Oh, by the way, Canelo took short money on what's the other fight he took short money on? Help me. 3 fights he took short money. Floyd, Cotto, name one more. Help me, but it don't matter. That's
Mosley, maybe.
I was gonna say, was it Mosley?
I don't know, but that's more than enough for an A side. More than enough. He took less on pay-per-views with Cotto. So stop it, John.
Was he A side then though?
Man, what the fuck?
But I'm not even disagreeing with you on that though.
Was it more dance partner?
Let me tell you about A side. He was such the A side. The first offer he made to Cotto was 10 mil. Come on, dog.
Bro, I brought up Canelo to prove your point. But all I'm saying is that I don't know if the heavyweight division is still so new. It hasn't gotten so papped up that you can't be the man after beating Joshua.
I'm sorry, Mario, but he offered.
No, go ahead.
He offered Cotto 10 million.
Yeah.
And only offered Triple G's a one guarantee of how much? 2 million? 3 million?
Nah, he offered Triple G 10 too. Remember, it was 10 flat though. And the world.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Crazy, you know. Yo, don't offer that white man 10 mil. Hell no. The fucking world went crazy. Okay, they call Canelo all type of shit.
Facts.
Come on, dog. But I'm telling you, the double standard is ridiculous. Niggas can call me ignorant every day. I don't give a fuck. You on my channel calling me ignorant. So, cha-ching. You feel me? I'm gonna tell whatever the fuck I want to say. Until YouTube start flagging me.
Nah, but that is a good point though.
How the Hodge twins say it from Texas, Mario? Do whatever the fuck you want to do, motherfucker. You ain't got to be here. You ain't got to be here, okay? AJ fans.
Them Hodge twins make that YouTube money. They make that big YouTube money.
Who am I missing? The who twins?
The Hodge twins.
You ain't never work out a day in your life, so I wouldn't expect.
Yeah, my nigga. Nah,
shit,
nigga.
That would surprise me because I seen Mike the other day before the show started with that tape, and he had
like
Wilder, shoulders,
baby.
bruh.
I'm like Wilder, baby. It's all in the goddamn genetics. I'm not like Ness, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that was genetics.
Was 300 pounds 3 years ago.
I thought 50 Cent was coming on to do. I thought 50 Cent was our special guest co-host. I was like, oh shit, we got 50, and he got a backdrop.
Fat people will always hate on you, bro. So watch out from this.
Yeah, no, yo, look, I hate fat people, and I'm fat. I hate being fat. I'm about to start working out again. I gained like 20 pounds, But yeah, call us, man. Let's do some calls.
No more keto diet?
Keto diet. I never did the keto. I was doing counting carbs, which works.
Oh, okay. Counting carbs.
Like all I gotta do is go back to that. That's so.
It's like basically the same thing, though, right? Keto and counting carbs.
I did research on the keto. But the beauty of counting carbs, you ain't got to change your diet. You just got to watch your diet by numbers, so you can eat whatever the fuck you want. You could do carb counting with McDonald's and still lose weight. Yeah,
that's what's up.
I think it was McDonald's. Damn.
No. If you Google it, there's someone that ate McDonald's for 6 months and still lost weight. Like people doing this shit.
I was like, what?
There's another diet out there. Someone did potatoes, 3 meals a day for 60 days and lost 60 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah.
I bet you were low energy as shit though, right? Or no?
Not me. I ain't do it. But yeah, they done it. It's like, yo, there's mad diets out there, bro. Especially like on a budget. That potato diet, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, if you broke, goddamn, go get your bag of potatoes. You know what I'm saying? You good.
A sack is $5, Mike.
I know, nigga, that shit ain't nothing.
Motherfucker, if you a beast, you gonna eat 2 full potatoes per meal. That's about it. If you could go more than 2 full potatoes, man, you an animal for real.
I know, right?
Big baby. You big baby if you could eat more than 2 full potatoes. But yeah, let's go to the callers, man. We're gonna go to the sponsors. Listen, I'm not even gonna address you. I'm gonna just go ahead and
hey, do me a favor before we go to the sponsors. Refresh that page and see how many subscribers we need to get to 93,000. And if you're listening right now, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, man. It costs you nothing, you know what I'm saying? You can just
AD, I want to see you subscribe, AD. You fucking what's his name? What is it called? You fucking shoplifter. You shoplifter. All right, let's get to the callers, man. We got we got Chris coming up. We're gonna get to one caller, one lucky caller. Who is it gonna be?
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Yo, is it even a
If we ain't got no boomerangs or ringers,
this going fuck Javier all up, because I was just about to say, I even started the sentence like, is it even a question who's first? Because I was about to say, is it even
Rhythm and Violence Mastermind now.
Well, I was gonna say, is it even a question who's first, since Javier is the mastermind? But Dubai in the building. Ooh, pound for pound. Change his name to Joel, pound for pound supporter from fucking Dubai. What up?
What up, TBV fam? What's up?
What's going on? I see you skipping the line. Siri, damn, you jumped over the mastermind.
Yeah, man. I have to support, guys. You guys putting on pressure on us. Like, man, what's up? You guys put that like 5 or 4 interview? Man, what's up? I have to do that.
Oh, well, thank you, Joel. We have a jam-packed show today. A special treat. We might get Lou DeBella on. But as our first guest, it will be Chris Colbert. And all this week, our goal is to have multiple interviews per day.
Keep on going, man. Keep on going. I love that channel. I love this one.
Thank you, brother. So talk to us, man. How do you feel about AJ finally calling out Luis Ortiz?
Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, but you know the thing with AJ, it doesn't need to call out anybody to make the fight. He can make the fight whatever he wants. And then when the guys want to fight, doesn't price himself out. Anyway, AJ, Baby Miller, that would be a good fight. After Dylan White, he can fight Ortiz, and then he fight Baby Miller. And then we can find out another one.
Okay. Who do you want to see him fight?
Right now, he has to fight. He can fight Dylan White. I don't have any problem on that. The guy that shot. And then he can fight, and then he can fight Ortiz, and then he can fight Baby Miller. Whatever the case, which one of them, whatever the ranking, I don't mind. It's a fight. It's a good fight, though. Like Wilder and Fury, it's a good fight. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a good fight for sure. Definitely something I want to see. And more than that, like the common opponent factor with him and Wilder, and if they were to get it on in 2019, that would be really good.
I don't want to even hear that Joshua Wilder fight anymore. Let's move on. There is no fight. They won't fight, so we move on.
That's true.
None of them are gonna fight. So
I know.
Don't waste our time talking about Deontay or who did this, who did that, or don't wasting our time talking about that Joshua fight. None of them are gonna fight.
That's fair.
None of them want to bow down. Each one of them have a big ego. So let's move on.
Well, all right, Joel, man, thank you for calling in. As always, thank you for your patronage and upgrading, man. Definitely doing your part to support the movement and ensure that the show continues. Listen, it's our New Year's resolution, without making it one, that we're going to, try to increase the quantity and quality of the show by not only putting out more content on the YouTube channel, which is absolutely free, but by giving you more than 5 separate contents, one per day on Patreon, and the Ask, every fighter series. Like today, you can ask Chris Colbert a question. I'm actually going to cut it in the back, go get Chris. You guys hold it down. Let's get.
Also, today is Prospect Wednesday over on Patreon, and we have, I believe we have Jose Vargas, or Jose.
I believe it's pronounced Josue, right?
Josue, yes. We have him scheduled, and also be looking out for that though, because every week, man, it's gonna be a different prospect. I got guys from Aaron McKinney to Money Powell. Now we were supposed to have Shakur on today, but Ness was able to get Chris Colbert first. So and hopefully we can.
Did you see Shakur sent you a message too?
I hit him back. But you had already scheduled Chris Colbert for this morning. So
when we got home
tomorrow morning.
Ooh, look at Mike.
Yes, sir.
Mike. Let's see if Chris is up, man.
No, man. These young
bro, you rich?
Yeah, you rich.
Even if he come on here and say he ain't rich, he richer than us. So it's like you ain't getting up at the same time. But he probably is. You know, Chris is a hungry motherfucker, so he probably is.
Or he got that Floyd Mayweather shit going. I mean, one of the smarter things that I think about Floyd, man, why the fuck do these boxers get up so early in the morning for, bro? You guys don't fight at nighttime. Floyd said it best.
You guys do fight at nighttime.
I mean, yeah, you guys do fight at nighttime. Floyd did it best. Like, man, I'm gonna train at nighttime. I'm gonna go running at nighttime.
I always thought that made a lot of sense.
Me too, Mario. Go ahead. Like,
yeah, I always thought that made a lot of sense when he first. I remember when that 24/7 came out and I saw him. I started doing that, and man, it helped. The only problem was I couldn't get to bed right away afterwards. But you know that ain't a problem for him. He don't need to wake up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I bet that did help to some degree. I mean, he's the pound for pound best, so you know he didn't need a whole lot of help. But I bet that would help a lot of fighters if they tried that.
Absolutely, man. I think that's probably the best thing that fighters could do. Like I always thought that like you want to be as close to like fight night as possible. So if you're training at nighttime, if you're running at nighttime, if you're sparring at nighttime, then I think that's the best way to get there. But real quick on this Anthony Joshua thing, I know people want to see him fight Big Baby Miller and Ortiz, but I'm of the mindset, man, I really want to see that Dillian White rematch. Like, I don't know what it is about that rematch, but I really want to see it because I think Dillian White has gotten better from the previous fight, just like Joshua has. And I'm excited to see what level Dillian White has risen his stock to, because we say what you want to about Lucas Brown. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying, but he wasn't even an ex-champion because he lost. He won a belt that got popped for like steroids, but he beat Lucas Brown, beat Joseph Parker, and beat Derek Chisora all in the same year. So I feel like if Eddie can't find the Fury or Wilder fight, he should definitely give Dillian White an opportunity to get that belt.
You like. I think you campaigning for the UK host spot. I think you like, fuck it, I could do both. I'll just get paid for both. Like, what the fuck is up with you? You the only one talking this ridiculous Dillian White bullshit.
It ain't bullshit. It's a good fight. It's a good fight.
If Wilder and Fury are busy, give me that White fight. I don't want to see Big Baby.
I'll take his shit.
Listen to me. Joseph Parker off a loss isn't as big a deal as you trying to make it out to be. It isn't. Give him credit, bro. But stop acting like, yo, him beating Lucas Brown and Derek Chisora. This, like, when's the last time?
That's 3 top 15s in like 1 year.
15s, you said it. Where's the relevancy in Lucas Brown? Where's the relevancy in Derek Chisora? Derek Chisora had a mediocre blip on the radar because he knocked out Takum, and we only giving him credit for that because AJ couldn't do it on short notice.
But I don't know, man.
AJ had 8 weeks to train for Takum. No. Since you want to be this truth teller,
no. But we're playing Monday morning quarterback while during the fight. We was like, damn, Derek Chisora looks like he's putting it on Dillian White. This the best. This the best Derek Chisora I've ever seen. It's been 10 years and he's gonna win on points. That's what you said, homie. And now Dillian White knocked his ass out. Now it's not like no longer good.
Ain't nobody says no longer good. First of all, during the fight, calling it live on a live fight chat, we all had Chisora winning.
Yes.
The judges had Chisora winning.
Yes.
Okay. This is boxing. Anybody could knock you out. Motherfucking Danny O'Connor got knocked out by Tito Bercero. Go check his credit, his resume. He got like 7 knockouts maybe. Okay? Anybody could get knocked out. So because you came from behind and got a win, why you ain't fucking being as fair as everybody is being with Jamel Charlo when he came from behind and knocked out John Jackson? We were still doubting his boxing skill.
I wasn't here then. Whoa. I wasn't. Don't do that, bro, because I wasn't here then.
I'm talking in general. Even the commentators on the telecast would say he was being outboxed. and he came back and got the win. Like, there's only but so much credit you could give a dude for losing every round and coming back by knockout. I mean, people discredit Wilder all day for that, right? So all of a sudden, you want to give Dillian this enormous amount of credit for losing every single round, for fighting a pregnant Lucas Brown, for fighting a dude in Derek Chisora that had 8-9 losses. The relevance.
And the reason is
was weird. You tell me you want to defend him. Was that a sidestep, a step forward, or a step backwards?
There was I believe a position step, like stay in the position that you're in right now, like stay busy.
You ain't going forward. You ain't going forward. Either you go.
So who would be going forward? Who would be going forward?
Big Baby Miller would have been a fight going forward.
That's possible.
Would have been a fight going forward.
Possible.
Someone, listen. You are in the top. You are in the top 5, top 7, whatever you want to call them.
Top 1 in WBC and top 3 in WBO.
Forward. You look forward, but the Eddie Hearn diet is very similar to the Top Rank diet. And Big Baby's my man. But Bagdon Dinu, never heard of him in my motherfucking life.
Yeah, but this is your problem, man. Ness, you're shitting on Mike, and he's not even saying that White's better fight than Ortiz or better than Big Baby Miller. All he's saying is that it's an acceptable fight, and it is an acceptable fight.
Not acceptable.
It's top 10, top 5. Because guess what? You, out of your own mouth, you said that he was a top 5 guy. You ranked your 5 heavyweights, and you put him in the top 5.
Stavern, nobody wanted the rematch, and it was forced upon us because of mandatories. Until this is a mandatory, let it be forced upon us as boxing fans. We don't need regurgitate. I don't want your microwave food. I don't want it.
And if you're in the heavyweight,
I'm a grown man. You cook me a fucking hot plate, something fresh. Give me that bullshit.
If you're in the heavyweight division, man, knockouts do matter. No matter if you are losing every motherfucking round.
They do, because guess what? That's why Ness wants to see Ortiz in there with them. Because what are you going to say? Travis Kaufman looked better that night that he fought Ortiz than
Manchester
Chisora?
Mario.
Then Chisora? Come on, man. Chisora looked better. Chisora beats probably most of the dudes on that fucking resume. Come on, get out of here.
The only reason that Kaufman was in the ring is because Dillian Duck White said no. Twice.
Okay, but all I'm saying is that but it's the same
Who had the
thing,
better
though.
performance?
You're still wanting to.
Who had the better performance? Ortiz versus Kaufman or White versus Chisora?
White,
yeah, cool.
White did.
Cool.
White did. That's exactly why. White is also the dude that you could find 100 videos of him calling, Luis Ortiz old, saying he's a cheat, saying he had blood pressure medicine, saying all these things, right? So fight him. He's calling you out. Fight him.
Keith Thurman said, Crawford was this, he's that, he ain't done nothing, he ain't what? Fight him then, nigga, fight him.
He will.
Okay.
The fact that you're trying to use that is totally lame, because Keith Thurman has proved to you that he would fight the top 5 of his division, unlike Crawford.
That's cool, man. Hey, you talking shit though.
No, he
did, bro.
47.
Okay, that's cool, man.
So
Hey. Did I trigger you, baby? Trigger?
You did. You did. Your bias towards Crawford has you saying that about a top 3.
I'm biased. Well, how am I biased? But you're not being biased towards White though.
No. I am. Keith Thurman beat 2 top 5 welterweights. Show me the 2 top 5 heavyweights that Dillian White beat.
Okay, let's just do this right here, since the heavyweight division
matter of fact,
is smaller.
Show me the 2 top 5 heavyweights that he fucking fought, man. Go ahead. All right, we gonna go
10. Top 10.
Yeah, now we're gonna go top 10. Beat.
I mean, it's true.
Beat it. You know who fought 2 top? You know who fought 2 top 5 top heavyweights?
There's only one.
Deontay Wilder. Step your fucking game up.
Ortiz lost to Wilder, and so that's a top 3, right? Okay, so then White lost to Joshua, so that's a top 3. Like,
don't stop it, Manchester Mario.
That's crazy.
Manchester Mario when
you're crazy.
Okay, Manchester Mario when Joshua and White
you Mario.
When Joshua and White fought, White had like 14 fights. You can't call him top 5 heavyweight back then. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop
Oh,
it.
so you're saying that?
Call us.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You're scared.
Nah. Yesterday on a FaceTime call, they said that this is my way of winning arguments. So I'm not gonna go to the caller yet. I'll let you get your statement off. Go ahead.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say.
All right. So listen, Chris Colbert hasn't texted me back, but I got his trainer. Should we jump on with his trainer?
Absolutely.
All right. So let's get to Javier the Mastermind.
Javier, what's going on, baby? You say you got some smoke for me this morning? You been all in goddamn chat talking this shit, nigga? Speak up.
Hey, man. Hey, you and Mario, y'all need to get it together. I'm trying not to cuss as much, okay? Y'all need to get it together, man. What's going on? Mario and Mike, how do y'all switch what y'all say every show? How does that work?
What you mean?
Mike.
Ain't no fucking fun being on the same side of the street as everybody else, nigga. I like playing by my goddamn self.
Listen, nigga. You on Wilder's side, you will call AJ a duck one show. Then we come to the next show, and now you talking about, hey, man, hey, you with AJ and all this shit. Bro, the fuck is you talking? What's going on, Mike?
Hey, man, look here, bro. I'm a realist, bro. I don't wake up the same way every morning. I'm not full of hate.
Bro, be consistent. That's what I'm talking about.
What you mean? Because, bro, I am big. I'm being objective, bro. AJ fighting Dillian White is not a fucking duck, nigga. If you believe that, nigga, then you stupid.
I don't want to hear you change your opinion.
Then you stupid.
Call it.
What you mean? Javier, how am I changing anything?
Bro, you changing that opinion, bro. You been
how Sway?
All I want to see is Wilder.
No, fuck that nigga. How? Tell me how I'm changing, bro.
You said, I remember you saying all you want to see is Wilder and Joshua, and we should talk about it. So it happened. If we go away from it.
But then what happened? Wilder fight. Whoa, nigga. Wilder fought Fury, and that was a hell of a fight. And what have I been saying since then?
Since you've been going back and forth.
What have I been saying? No, get the fuck out of here, bro. Mario, you been in here. What have I've been saying since that fucking day? I want to see what? The fucking rematch. And if the rematch happens, AJ fight White. That's what I've been saying, homie. Get it right, nigga.
No, I ain't talking to you no more.
Cut it. Javi, you're gonna have to go ahead and use that boomerang stats. We're trying to keep these morning shows to 1.5 minutes because we do have other shows scheduled. As you can see, our show schedule has just tripled. I got spared. Nah, he'll come back he's got Mastermind. He'll definitely come back, but we are trying to do 1 minute and 30 for every morning show. So please, ladies and gentlemen, have your thoughts in order. Trainer of Chris Colbert will be with us in 10 minutes, and hopefully Chris wakes up. It's early. These guys are not on our tax bracket, so they're not on our time. I think that might be Rhythm and Violence. Let me double check the boomerang status of our Nolian. Is that how you say it? Could you even say that? I'll just be making words up. That's what I do best over there. We just make shit the fuck up. Somebody's gonna clip that.
New Orleans or New
gonna clip that and use it in an argument. Like, look, Ness, you said it. You just make shit the fuck up.
Yeah.
That is him. Rhythm and Violence, what it do?
What's going on, homie?
What's happening? The only problem I got with you, Ness, is the way you say my city is not New Orleans, it's New Orleans. You hear me? Get it right, because you sound mad.
Nigga, to let him know.
But anyway, let me go down my list real quick, because I only got 1 minute 30 seconds. Mike, don't cut me off. First, Mario, instead of putting "it's to me," we need to put some British sound before, because he is a British fanboy to the true and true, bro. Like, I never heard a man so much how to protect these dudes. So, you not understand what Ness is saying? Ness is saying AJ is using the hood like doggone props, like almost like guinea pigs, almost to the point where, like, as soon as he leaves the place, he's gonna take a Perel and be like, "I'm glad I'm done with these little nigglets." Like, this dude, he has some type of arrogance or racism about him, his own people. When he said that hood stuff, I understand what that's saying. He ain't got nothing, like, and it's not about the chain stuff. Like, it's a bad thing. Nah, is he looks down upon people that wear chains. That's what he's saying. Another thing, Mike, my brother, I love your intro, but as soon as I talk about the Yasu, my intro will be better than yours. And on top of that, yes, you have been flip-flopping, because when you say Dillian White will be a good fight, you're giving AJ a way out. Don't even speak positive on it, because we want every fight that is not Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury to be like throw up in your mouth when you are disgusted when it happens. So my brother, do not even give that blood. Don't give him a way out, man. You give him a way out anytime you speak on it. Positivity that has. You got to remember the reason why he said Ortiz is not because he really wants to fight him, because he's hiding it. Cut it.
Are we boxing fans or are we fanboys? Let me know.
Yo, I'm gonna tell Rhythm and Violence one thing. The reason he said Ortiz because he listened to this motherfucking show. It's gonna be so great. Little goals. I'm telling you, and I know they're gonna laugh in the chat. I'm telling you, they're gonna be like, he never, but mark this day on your calendars. He gonna be forced to sit down with us. He listen to every show, bro. And if he not, niggas is clipping it. The way they clip us little, clips and send it to us to do shows on certain things, bro. They sending this shit to him. His whole tune changed. Now his whole roster is what we want. But that's beautiful because social media is powerful and they've given us the power. And this is exactly why me and Rhythm and Violence are banding together and we are excluding and pushing out all the mics of the world that are trying to give these top fighters different avenues to go. The only avenue that you could turn on is another tough fight, another straight up top 5 fight. So if Keith ain't fighting Crawford, well, he got to fight Danny. He got to fight Porter. You got to fight Earl. Same for Crawford. Same for Joshua, et cetera, baby. That's all we want.
So, so White is not a top 5 fighter. What were you saying?
He had an opportunity, though, Mike.
He had an opportunity when we ain't gonna do that, bro.
You're saying he had an opportunity when he was young, but when
he was a prospect.
Exactly, but you're still
not said it yourself.
You're still not noticing that he's getting a second chance. He
hasn't earned it though. He ain't earned it.
So you saying he's earned 2 opportunities in front of everyone who hasn't?
He hasn't. He's never. No. Listen, bro. Listen. It was not for a title, Ness. Listen to what you're saying. Opportunity to what?
It was for a British title, and you.
How much respect do you do? How much fucking respect have you ever gained a fucking British title,
brother? It's what the fight represented in terms of money. In terms of money, stop acting like this fight with AJ ain't a Willy Wonka. There's another deserving fighter that deserves a fucking payday, Mike. This man, you want this man to get two fucking paydays.
How did he get a payday for a fucking British title, homie? Be real. AJ, that was AJ first. That was the first pay-per-view. So it wasn't as big as the ones that he does now.
It was his first one. I just want to know, guys, was that fight pay-per-view? That's all.
I don't remember, but it was a massive payday. It was a big payday for him at that time.
Oh man,
it was a big payday, but
let me find out. Y'all lying. Hold on.
No, it was. I'm not saying that kills your argument at all. Not at all. Like, here's my point. You said, Ness, a little bit ago that Joshua's on some bullshit and he's offering small money to dudes trying to say, oh, come and beat me, and then you're the man and you can. Okay, so if Ortiz don't accept that money, if Big Baby don't accept that money, but White ends up accepting that money because it is a bigger money fight probably for the UK, right? Then it's not a straight duck, and it's still a good fight. It might not be Ortiz, it might not be Big Baby, even though I think White's got as good a chance, if not better, to beat Joshua than Big Baby, but it's still something. It's something down the line. Okay, I couldn't make it with this guy, I go to the next. I couldn't make it with this guy, I go to the next. That's all we're saying, man.
Bro, Lennox Lewis already told him, bro, this fight is not no flat fee fight. This fight is a percentage fight. You know, he keeps telling them tweet after tweet, dog, play fair. Play fair. Only you fucking sheep keep thinking that AJ has all the right to do what he's doing. It's hilarious, but whatever, man. I'm gonna go to the sheep. I'm gonna let the sheep have a voice. We'll go to some UK callers. Not everybody in the UK is a sheep.
Please do, because I need to find out how much fucking money.
Fucking sheep.
Bro, y'all are tripping because you got a payday. You got a payday. Fuck out of here, bro.
No, it's people in the chat saying that the fight was pay-per-view, Mike. You a hater. Idris.
That's what I said. It was AJ first pay-per-view. Damn, listen, motherfuckers.
It still was a pay-per-view.
It was his first one, so it wasn't like it was a fucking numerical amount, like the residual, if he got off the Klitschko win.
Okay, he would make more now. Would make more now.
Did Dillian White make more fighting AJ than he did fighting Lucas Brown?
That has to be confirmed. Probably not.
But you could assume he did, right?
I can assume he did. I can assume he didn't too because he was a pay-per-view headline for that fight. He wasn't on the undercard. Also, his rights was sold to HBO too.
All right, we're going into some callers. It's not Idris. I'm sorry, we got KO'd first. Skype, talk to me.
Yo, Happy New Year, folks. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Happy New Year. Minute 30. Let's go.
All right, let's get to the chase. Dylan White AJ is a good fight. I've said it before. Ortiz and what's his name? Miller, they haven't really fought that top level competition yet for them to deserve the payday. So as far as I'm concerned, Dylan White has done more to deserve the shot. In terms of AJ calling the other guys saying that they want his money, I mean, what do you expect? He's at the top of the food chain. He's the one. He is the payday. So he has a right to call out whoever he wants. So if he doesn't want to call out Ortiz, he's ended because he's at the top of the food chain. I mean, he is the payday, so he doesn't have to call out anyone, you know. So these guys should be the ones calling him out, and then he decides who he wants to fight. That's how it works. Boxing is a business. Let's not forget that. That's my call.
All right, businessman.
Shout out Idris, man.
That wasn't Idris. That was KO'd. We're going to Steve TBV. What up?
You're right. We're live, are we? You hear me?
What's going on, Steve?
You're right. Yeah, so Ness, I didn't actually get what you said. Who deserves a better shot than Dillian? I didn't catch it.
I don't know who, but I don't think that Dillian deserves 2 shots. There's other
two shots at what, bro?
He deserves a world title shot. He hasn't.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like that was for the British title. That man deserves a world title shot.
So let him go for a world title shot versus Deontay Wilder. He doesn't deserve another crack at Anthony.
Kings don't fight. Kings don't fight peasants. We fight kings.
It's okay for him to fight White, for Wilder to fight White, but not Joshua.
Well, Joshua's already fought and beaten him.
But you just say he don't deserve another shot.
Exactly. He don't deserve another shot at Joshua. That's why we want. That's why we want him to fight Gerald Miller or Luis Ortiz. We've been saying that. We're consistent with that. We want Dillian White to fight a live body. Lucas Pregnant Brown and Joseph Parker coming off of a loss. It doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry.
About a week ago, there's this YouTuber, I don't think he's uploaded much. It was a one-off, but he uploaded 4 years ago the Dillian White Anthony Joshua amateur fight, and it had about 500,000 views about a week ago. Now, a week later, it's got 1 million views.
Yeah, I think that shit like last year.
Yeah, popularity. Yeah, people are interested in a shit fight. So what's that mean?
It's not a shit fight, it's 1-1.
It's a shit fight. You've seen it already. You've seen it already. You've seen it already, and you've seen Derek Chisora beat the shit out of Dillian White for every round.
Yeah,
what the fuck is Luis Ortiz gonna do? What would Anthony Joshua do, bro? If Derek Chisora did that.
In the live fight chat, you basically called what happened. He was basically doing a Rocky 3. He was taking all the punishment, the haymakers, everything Chisora was, so he'd get knackered later on, and then he'd deliver the haymaker himself. You called it yourself in the live fight chat. You knew what it's called, a game plan. This is what Dillian White was doing.
That game plan won't work with
himself out.
It won't work with AJ. You know it, and I know it.
It was a game plan, and it worked.
It won't work with AJ. You gonna tell me?
Listen,
Steve, you gonna tell me that you've seen enough improvement in Dillian White that you feel he deserves a shot at Anthony Joshua before everyone else?
Whether it was Anthony Joshua, whoever the champion is.
No, we're talking Anthony Joshua. Because I've already said he can have a shot. Let him go lobby for a shot at Wilder. But we're discussing another shot at Joshua. Are you telling me that you've seen enough improvement that you feel, yeah, he deserves it and he's going to get the win? Like, it's not a fight, bro. We know who's going to win.
Well, we know that. It's a question of who else deserves the shot, though. Ortiz has had one against Wilder, hasn't he?
He hasn't had one against Anthony Joshua.
Man, Ortiz had a title shot and he didn't get it done. White has not had a title shot before. We all know people when they go for the title, they up their fucking game.
Also,
why are we sitting here playing like we seen Ortiz do it? We seen fucking.
It's funny. It's funny because White could up his game, but no one else can. I'm not understanding it. White could go in there and fight dudes that we know that Luis Ortiz would do the same thing to, but he deserves a shot. Luis Ortiz goes in there and fights Wilder, and he doesn't deserve a shot.
I can't say that because I don't know what after seeing that fight against Kaufman, I don't know what Ortiz is going to show up.
You keep saying this. You keep saying that
undefeated and has fought the same level as Dillian White. Let's say one step underneath.
Thank you.
Look,
he's undefeated and he hasn't fought Joshua already.
Ness, you keep saying that White doesn't deserve the shot, but the more you talk, it's like the more the problem is that you don't want Anthony Joshua double dipping here. Like that's what it sounds like. Like you're mad that he's gonna fight.
That's exactly
okay. So then why are you? But that's not how you're putting it.
Weren't we upset to the fact that it forced Deontay Wilder to pay $600,000 step aside money not to fight Stavern a second time, to instead fight a tougher fight that the public was demanding in Luis Ortiz? It was Luis Ortiz who later tested positive and ruined that. But the true champion of the world tried to give the fans of the world what they wanted. Unlike this situation, we do not want it. His public in the UK does want it. But this is world championship boxing. You are the unified heavyweight champion of the world. There are other people outside of your little ass country that deserve the shot. Okay? And if my guy, whichever guy I decide feels deserves a shot, you feel doesn't, let them motherfucking go at it. Why does one guy automatically deserve two opportunities while at least the other people are saying, yo, I'll fight Dillian White to earn the shot? Gerald Miller is saying, I want a Brit. Luis Ortiz was willing to get off the Deontay Wilder pay-per-view to come to the UK and fight him. But this dude is saying, nah, I ain't fighting nobody but Anthony Joshua, and you guys are okay. But that's okay. Be okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you work your if you work yourself up like a Errol Spence did, like a Jamel Charlo is, I don't want you to fight nobody to fucking risk your position. So yeah, I'm gonna be consistent with that shit. Errol Spence waited. Jamal Charlo is waiting. Dillian White needs to wait. Period.
Look, I'm saying the same thing.
He said it. Needs to wait for his mandatory position. Just like listen, the scenarios you use were mandatories. He is not a mandatory. This would be a voluntary shot. You see the fucking difference? Do you see it?
But we're saying from Dillian White perspective or Anthony Joshua's perspective, because that's what you're doing, man. You fucking changing perspective every time you talk. Yeah, do that way.
Ortiz, I would rather see that fight, and he does deserve it. All right, and Big Baby does deserve it too. My only point, I don't even know if me and Mike are making the same point anymore, but we're getting to the same place, is that White is not a shit fight. It would be disappointing for him not to fight those other guys. But look, there's a whole list of guys that could end up in the ring with Joshua in April that would absolutely be the shittiest fights in the world. And White is not on that list.
Mario, I am a logical boxing fan. It is not a shitty fight, but it is a fight that the three of us absolutely will be picking AJ for. It is a fight that the three of us are absolutely sure that
betting for yourself, bro. Don't speak for me, nigga. Don't speak for me.
I can rock with you like that.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me you picking Dillian White.
I gotta see the fucking day of the other way in, day of the fight, the day of training.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that go into boxing. Just like everybody thought fucking Harris, just like everybody thought Harrison was gonna beat Charlo. Shit happens, bro, in boxing. Period.
Now he's comparing the junior middleweight division.
I'm not comparing anything. I'm saying boxing happens, bro. And in the heavyweight division, it only takes one punch. We've seen Dillian White stun AJ in the first fight, so shit can happen, bro.
He's comparing junior middleweight weigh-ins to heavyweight weigh-ins. One dude eats pizza and hamburgers. The other dude's got to be on fish and chicken.
And the way I seen Chisora look his last weigh-in, he looked damn good and came out with a damn good performance. So, yeah, that matters.
He's triggered. He needed another get back there. What? We'll wait. Go ahead, Mike. You all done there, buddy? All righty then. Idris in the UK. Take it away.
Ness, what you saying, man? I've noticed you mute half my calls now when I speak to you.
You got a minute and 30, dog.
Listen, first of all, the ironic thing about AJ's interview was that he was a bit annoyed that everyone that wants to fight him wants a shot at Anthony Joshua and don't want a shot at the title. And Dylan White seems like the only one who he don't care about Anthony Joshua. He wants the titles. So you're saying, why should he get another shot at Anthony Joshua? Everyone's saying, why should he get a shot at the title? Like, what are you not listening to here is that you think that AJ is the fight everyone wants when some people want the title shot. Yeah, so that's one thing. Yeah. Number two, you keep saying that Luis Ortiz fought Travis Kaufman because Dylan White didn't want to. That's a lie. You know that Travis Kaufman and him was going to fight from beginning because that's what thing does, Luis Ortiz, yeah? Dylan White's fought 3 top 15 opponents this year. Luis Ortiz hasn't fought 3 top 15s in his entire life, yeah? I dare you.
He can't get your bitch ass fighters to fight him. That's why. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Refute what I'm saying, innit? Refute what I'm saying.
Two UK heavyweights ducking him.
Refute what I'm saying if you disagree.
It was more than the UK ducking him.
No, he's not fought 3 top 3s.
America fought him. America fought him.
There's only one Deontay Wilder.
Another thing.
You know what Eddie Hearn did? He sent David Allen out there to try and soften up Luis Ortiz for AJ.
Another thing, yeah. Didn't Deontay
Yo, you guys should be.
Man, let my dude get his call off, man. Goddamn, you walking all over this shit.
They should be Irish the way they wearing skirts in the UK.
Yo, go ahead.
You're very grown up. Listen, didn't Deontay Wilder tell you on your podcast?
Oh
that
shit, Idris, guess what? Idris,
Joshua?
guess what? 9, 8,
and
7, 6.
Bro, you can't count down here and talk over him. Come on.
Bro, first of all, I gave him, when I said 9, 8, 7, that was counting down to 2 minutes. He got 2 minutes when I said 1:30. And the reason I gave him an extra 30 is because at the last of his 1:23, I started talking.
My nigga, he probably got about fucking 35 seconds going.
My man Joel said he coming back on his pound for pound status. Tell Idris, step it up. Ain't nobody want to hear that shit.
What's going on, Joel?
Joel, what up?
Yo, Nez. What's going on now?
I don't know. They mad, man. They saying Dillian White deserves the shot, bro.
Yeah, we are mad because Nez, the problem with you have a narrative. I see where you are coming from. The thing is, you don't want AJ to fight Dylan White again because you want Dylan White to fight. You want to convince Wilder to fight Dylan White before AJ does it.
Nah, not even. But I wouldn't mind that fight, Joel.
That's
no. Listen,
where you are coming from.
Listen, I'm keeping it real. That's not what I want. But I wouldn't mind that fight at all. I would definitely love for Deontay Wilder to decapitate Dillian White and prove to you guys that he is nothing but a mere bum.
It's good for Deontay and not good for Joshua. Is that so?
Joshua already ate from that tree. He already picked that fruit. Stop it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what don't y'all get? He already ate. He already ate that food. Y'all want him to eat it again. That's crazy.
It don't matter. You can fight him 3 times. Wilder can fight Fury 3 times, 4 times. We don't care. It don't matter. He can fight it 3 times, 4 times. There is trilogy for that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that you're spot on right there. There is precedent for it.
You're Manchester Mario. That's what you do best. You agree with the UK with every chance you get.
Hold on. There is one more.
Hey man, don't try to set Mario up for a fucking certain kind of fucking narrative, bro. He's Mario from fucking Corpus Christi, Texas, man. Not fucking man, you Mario, because he don't fucking agree with everything that says.
I don't know.
Thank you, Mike. Exactly.
I thought that you guys were like the British Bulldogs, the wrestling team, since you're both UK fanboys. I don't know.
That was a good reference, though. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, listen.
Well, I'm gonna get right back to you. We got trainer Arliano Sosa on the line, trainer of Big Baby Miller, who we fucking talking about. AJ Duckin, trainer of Chris Colbert, trainer just a dozen great up-and-coming fighters that are on the scene. 3 DAZN prospects, Nkosi Solomon, Nikita Abali, and obviously, don't help me, Arliano. I know his name is Mati Rashid. Shit.
Rashidi.
No, definitely not Rashidi. It's Rashad. Mati.
Rashad. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Rashad Monty.
Rashad Monty, yeah, Matidi Monty. Got it.
I said it backwards. All right, but Arleano, buenos días, ¿cómo está? What's going on? How are you? First and foremost, let me tell them the little bit that I know. This guy has a full-time job and trains all of those top fighters that you're listening to. He's got to keep those benefits, and his gym is non-profit. Atlas Cops and Kibbs, you're talking to the trainer of Big Baby Miller, you know, Nkosi Solomon, like we said, just so many. Richardson Hitchens used to be in that gym. The talent is endless, and he's brought them from the cradle to professionals. You know, we had a trainer on here, yesterday, you know, talking about that, Calvin Ford out of Washington, D.C., saying how he's bred champions.
Baltimore.
There you go. A man that is definitely on the route to breed not one, but a few champions. Arleano, how are you?
What's up, guys? How you doing, guys? Everything's great over here. What's up?
Man, just wanted to talk boxing. Obviously, we were scheduled to have Chris on the show. He's probably asleep. You're working him hard. He should be fighting in January, correct?
Yeah, that is correct. He'll be on the Thurman card, which is January 26th at the Barclays Center. He'll be taking on, I forgot the gentleman's name, but he's 9-1. Tough kid and all that, but like I said, B-Hop is a different breed, man. People believe that they could touch him, but when they're in there, they just can't touch him. He's a different breed.
I believe the guy's name is no, that's definitely not his name. I was gonna say Brewster, but
He's from Chicago.
From Chicago?
No, he's from Chicago. Yeah.
While Ness looks that up, I got a real quick question for you. How soon can we see Chris contend for get it into a title contention?
Too soon. Slow him down. He's only got 9 fights, Mike.
I know. But man, when you see the talent in the ring, like he's been beating undefeated prospects his whole way up. So I mean, it's impressive.
But believe me, little B-Hop, 9 fights, man. But he's mature beyond his years. He's like a young, old veteran with all his tricks and all that. I mean, for his age and only 9 fights, you'd be amazed how good this kid is, man. He's so poised, so calm in that ring. People can't believe it. I mean, I can't believe it sometimes, but he's definitely like an old timer, but he's only like 21, I believe. So he has a lot of old tricks, and he has speed, long arms. And he's just very hard to hit. He adapts quick, so he's going to be somebody to deal with.
How you doing, Mr. Sosa? Mario Munguia here. I hear what you're saying, and he has shown a lot. One of the questions I wanted to ask him, and I think that you can answer it. Forget the title shots. Here's the problem I had. I had seen one of his fights really early on. Man, I can't even remember what it was, but it was off of YouTube. It might have even been off of Instagram. But he has not fought as much as I would figure a guy with less than 10 fights would fight. He fought twice in 2018, twice in 2017, once in 2016, although I believe if I did my research well enough, there was some small injury. And so, are you happy with that? Are you happy with how much he's fought? Or are you maybe a little, would you like to get him a little more busier heading into the new year?
Yeah, yes. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, we can't control those situations. But that was the hand that we were held. We wish we would have fought a little more often. I mean, B-Hop is so good that him by fighting more, he'll get more experience and all that. But unfortunately, we can't get those fights the way we want. But hopefully, in 2019, we'll fight at least 4 times or 5. That's what we were promised. So hopefully, you'll see a better, stronger, faster B-Hop. You see him now for the next fight. He's amazing.
Now, Sosa, obviously, you're the one doing the pads. Whenever I can't remember the other guy's name, but you got a light-skinned dude sometimes does pads there too. But you're behind the pads. You get to feel the power, because the only knock on Chris is that we're waiting for him to develop maybe the man strength, or maybe he doesn't have knockout power. But you're behind the pads. Can you, bring us a little bit deeper into that? Will that power develop? Is it there, and is it a misconception? I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, the power is coming little by little. I mean, if you ever seen Bihab fight, he's not a power puncher, but he's more like a technician. He'll touch you here, touch you there, and then rip a body shot, rip a head shot, then touch you again. And the power is coming, believe it or not. I mean, he's getting older. His body's looking more solid. He's he's getting more mature as a man. But yeah, the power is coming. You will see. He's going to be sitting a lot of guys down in 2019. He'll be sitting a lot of guys on the floor. Watch.
What is the toughest thing about training Chris Colbert outside of the ring? Is it maybe diet? Is it maybe the ladies? Is it maybe partying? I mean, like, what does he like to do that you may not necessarily agree with all the time?
Well, you know, Chris is Chris. I mean, Little Bihab is Little Bihab. If you know him, well, actually, if you don't know him, you think he's a pain in the butt. But once you get to know him, he's a great kid. But he is a kid. I mean, well, not a kid, but he's a young man. And, you know, like young men, then they do this, they do that, they clubbing, they all this. But, you know, little by little, he's letting that go. And he sees that boxing is the way out. Boxing is business. And he's seeing it. So little by little, Little Bihab is turning into a man. And that's what we want. And you'll see 2019 is a different Bihab, man. You're going to see a whole different fighter, a whole different person. I mean, I'm satisfied so far of what he's becoming so far.
This is going to be a two-parter right here because I want to go back to the power thing real quick. In his last fight, what I saw is it didn't look like he had that like one punch power, but it looked like he had that wear your fighter down power. He had a lot of really tough shots to the body, and it looked like he wore his opponent down. Do you think that's the kind of power we're going to be seeing from him, the kind that drains the fighter over time and maybe, you know, the corner stoppages or just quitting in there? And the other thing I want to talk to you about is the moniker, the Little Bihab. From what I understand, you gave him that nickname based on the fact that a lot, you know, you thought, and a lot of people thought that he fought similar to Bernard Hopkins. But as he's starting to develop, do you think that that moniker still should be attached? Do you think he's starting to develop his own style? Because I see that he fights a little differently now than he was early on.
Yeah. I mean, look at for example, look at Lomachenko. I mean, he's a great fighter, but he's not a knockout person. I mean, he wears you down, he mentally breaks you down, and he touches every part of the body as the fight goes on. And the shots are not powerful, but they're enough to hurt you. They're enough to discourage you. And believe it or not, mentally they break you down, and either they're going to stop it in the corner or you're going to say enough is enough. And I believe Bihab is going to be almost the same type of fighter. He's going to touch you. He's going to every part of that body. He's not really going to hit you hard, but he's going to hit you hard enough that mentally he's going to break you down. Either you're going to quit or the corner's going to throw in the towel, or he will stop you. Yeah, that's it.
So, Arleano, man, let's switch subjects just a little bit to your heavyweight.
One on, real quick. One last question about Lil Bihab. Were you present when he sparred?
Yeah. You forgot about Kid Chocolate too.
Oh, that's right. He's going to be facing Caleb Truax. That's absolutely.
Oh, that's right.
See what I'm saying about the talent coming out of this man's gym? So you already know. Follow Social Crew on all forms of social media. You can catch him on Instagram. But go ahead, Mike. Take it away.
I was just going to ask him, was he present when Little Bihab sparred Lomachenko? And if you were, what kind of learning qualities did he receive from Lomachenko?
No, I believe Bihab didn't spar Lomachenko. He sparred
Rigondeaux from that I know.
Rigondeaux, I'm sorry.
Rigondeaux.
Rookie Mike.
Rigondeaux. No, unfortunately,
it was in preparation for the Lomachenko fight, though. I'm sorry.
2.0.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I couldn't see the sparring because it was in Florida, and like Nestler told you, I have a regular job. Actually, I'm doing the interview in and I'm working right now. So it's sometimes it's very hard for me to attend those kind of sparrings or even go to some of the camps. But believe it or not, it's going to come to that decision that it's going to have to be work or the boxing game, because the big fights are coming up soon. 2019, I believe if God is good to me, I should be getting at least 3 or 2 world champions.
Definitely. I want to segue into one of those people who we believe here on the show, except for Mike, because he's a hater, that will become a world champion, and that's Big Baby Miller. We're debating on the show, right? Joshua comes out. Let me just play this audio for you. I'm sure. Chris Colbert. Chris calling in.
Why he does that? Don't let Ned set you up in saying that I don't believe in Big Baby. Only thing we were arguing about earlier is I said that I think Dillian White should fight AJ next if AJ is fighting Wilder or Fury.
A second time. He wants him to fight him a second time. Meanwhile, Big Baby ain't even get a shot. But let me just let you hear this audio from
let me tell you, Big Baby.
Go ahead.
Big Baby will stop White in like 6 rounds. That guy's basura.
Translation, basura means garbage. Let me let you hear this audio.
Who would be ideally, if it's not Fury, it's not Wilder, who's your next ideal opponent? Immediate next.
Ortiz, Miller, or White.
Wow.
So Anthony Joshua says Ortiz, Miller, or White. From that statement, what do you think is the most realistic option?
Well, I hope it's us, man. I think Big Baby had a busy 2018. And I think he deserves it. I believe it or not, he's the dark horse in the division. A lot of people don't believe him, but believe me, he's a force. And when he's in there, he's definitely like a train coming at you. You can't stop that train, and there's nowhere for you to go. He is gonna stop you. And believe me, if he could take those shots, like the Wilder shot or the other guy's shot, he will stop both of them. He's that big, 320, a guy 320 coming at you full force. They're throwing 60, 70 punches around, and he doesn't get tired. I mean, how are you going to stop a guy like that?
Arliano, just to play devil's advocate, my co-host likes to argue that Dillian White has done more, that he's more deserving of a title shot. Can you debate that? Do you feel that Big Baby has done more than Dillian White, or does Dillian White truly deserve the shot before Big Baby, in your opinion? Has he done more?
I don't think so. I mean, I think Big Baby deserves the shot. Actually, we don't want either Wilder or the other guy. We want White. We would like to fight White, hopefully in England, so we could stop him in front of all those English muffin guys over there. We'll stop him in England.
So you think that a win over Joseph Parker, Lucas Brown, and Derek Chisora is not is you feel like that Big Baby has done more this year than Dillian White for a title shot?
Yeah, you could say that. I mean,
okay,
it's garbage. The other 2 guys are okay, so that's why I think.
Well, don't forget Lucas was pregnant.
Go at it against each other.
Well, and don't get it twisted, bro. I think Big Baby will beat Dillian White. I'm just saying, based off the record, I believe White may be a little bit more deserving.
Well, look here, but here's how it is, Mr. Sosa, to me, because Ness is spinning a narrative that isn't really true. Because for me, I would love to see Joshua in the ring with Big Baby or Ortiz. It doesn't have to be White, in my opinion. I just don't think it's a bad fight with him and White. That said, to me, what this boils down to is business. So obviously you believe in your guy. You think he could beat Joshua, even though you're talking about White. I get it. But if Joshua were to come at y'all with an offer that's lower than what he probably could offer or lower than expected, would y'all take that gamble? Would you take less money to get that fight just to secure your chance at stardom?
Yo, be careful what you say, yo. Be careful what you say. Be careful what you say. You know what happened to Canelo with that 152 weight comment in boxing scene, and then Floyd made him stick to that.
Hey, he's got it. He ain't got it.
That's a very hard. It's a hard question, but like I said, I mean, that's something that Jarrell will have to answer. I mean, me, I definitely might, but I cannot answer that question. I mean, you have to ask that question to Jarrell Miller. He's the one that decides those questions. Give me 1 minute, guys, because right now we're doing something with my job.
No problem. Listen, we're gonna cut back and get to Chris. All right, we'll get back to you, or what? What do you think? You good?
Yeah, if you want, I can call back in 5.
I mean, unless you're gonna be real quick, we'll wait in the win. We'll get to a caller and wait for.
No, let's give him a shot. He's at work.
Yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait for a second. We'll get to a call.
Yeah. Definitely give me a call. I want to see what the caller thinks right now.
Whatever.
No, we got Chris though, right?
No, well, Chris is. I gotta call him back.
Oh, okay.
Man, you be setting up these questions.
In the chat, just know that is the trainer of Big Baby Miller, Arliano Sosa, and the trainer of Chris Colbert, who is scheduled to be on the show. Chris just called me, so we might get him. And I'm gonna even work on the background. I've been stalking Big Baby. I'm trying to get Big Baby on the line too. We're gonna do the damn thing.
That'll be awesome.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna say this though. Okay, Ness fucked that up because he was about to answer it before Ness gave him some good advice.
I ain't fuck up. It's just my friends is my friends, and I don't.
Nah, you gave him good advice. I'm not saying you didn't.
I don't want anybody to get caught up in the media saying.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. But I will say this though, just from him playing, him politicking a little bit, I could say that I think that the answer was yes. I think in his mind he would.
You back, Sosa?
No, I think he's
you gotta mute him, bro. He ain't ready yet.
But but anyway, I thought the answer was a yes. I think they would take less money because he believes he's got that shot. But I'm glad though that he's talking about White. Like he ain't afraid to earn it. You know what I'm saying? He'll take care of White so that we don't even have to argue that question.
That's my point. And White should be doing the same. But in Mike's eyes, the dudes that White beat has earned them the shot. But
I mean, are we? I mean, like, look at bro. Don't get me wrong, because I said this is like last year that I want to see Big Baby and Dillian White fight, but it seems like these guys are going down different paths. Like I think Big Baby is trying to get that WBA regular, and White's trying to get him a title shot too. So if they're going down different paths, I can't make these guys create a fucking social media beef. Maybe I can, but at the same time, these guys got their own careers and they're going down their own path. So maybe next year we'll get a Big Baby versus Dillian White fight on the zone or something like that. If Eddie Hearn can make the necessary right offer or whatever.
All I want to do
I don't know what it would
is
be.
down with AJ and say, these potential fights that you speak of, where do they have to happen at?
Big Baby gonna happen over here in the States, and everything else is going to the UK.
I know what I know.
Yo, but Sosa said that he would take Miller over to England.
Yeah, they'd be Big
White.
I did an interview about a month ago with Big Baby Miller where he said,
that's right. You know what? I heard that in the background too.
Because he wants an English muffin. He been said that.
But
give him one. Give him one.
But here's the problem that I see it, okay? Because if you're in a situation where you're Big Baby Miller and you get like that offer to fight Joshua, it ain't as good, but then you're getting around the same money, you know what I'm saying? Closer to maybe 50-50 or whatever it would be. I mean, it wouldn't be 50-50, but closer money with White. Like, I don't know. I don't think you can. If you're willing to take that money with Joshua, I don't think you could turn that fight down. Even if he does want White, even if he does want to go that man route, like I just can't see you turning down that fight.
Pat in Alabama, talk to us.
What's going on, Pat?
Hey, yo, what's up, man? Hey guys, man, Mario, Ness, Mike, enjoy the interviews with you guys, man. I really enjoyed Coach Ford yesterday. I would have loved to have asked him about the sparring between a good buddy of mine. He's the father of Montana Love and Raynell Williams. I have liked to ask him about that sparring, but I want to jump to something else. I was going to ask you guys. I heard you guys mention you're going to have Lou DiBella coming on, so I was going to ask you, Mike, Ness, Mario, ask all you guys to ask Lou DiBella, because I know he promoted 3 of Danny Garcia's fights in New York: Sean Porter, Thurman, and Peterson. asked him what the purses were for Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia also
See, homie, I would do that for you because I'm a big Terran Crawford fan, but we got this thing called Patron, and if you go with Patron, you can sign up for like $3, man, cup of coffee, and you can ask all the questions you want to.
My bad.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you still have time. You still have time because the Lou DiBella interview will not happen today. I just got the message from him. He won't be able to make it today, but he did say we could reschedule. But it's all good. We got our Liano Sosa, who's actually ready. So I'm gonna get back to you, Pat. And KO'd. I know you want to use your boomerang. I'm gonna get back to you.
Everybody, don't think I'm being disrespectful either. It just we can't be disrespectful to our Patreon people that are putting in the work for the question. So sorry.
Yes, we're gonna go back to Aureliano. Aureliano, what up?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
So you was just telling us why Big Baby would beat the hell out of Dillian White?
Yeah, man, like I told you, a guy that's 6'4", 6'5", 320, averages around 70 punches a round and doesn't get tired. I mean, the only thing is we just need that shot. If we will get that shot, man, we're going to prove a lot of people wrong.
Yo, let me ask you this, Mr. Sosa. You know, actually, before I even ask you that, I just kind of want to know where you're at here, because we've debated this topic a lot on the show. I'm sure you saw the Fury and the Wilder, and actually, I've heard you talk about it on some other platforms. Who do you think won that fight? Was it about what you expected, and what do you take from Fury at this point?
Believe it or not, Fury definitely impressed me with that weight loss and the movements and the way he was going. Definitely threw off Wilder with his game, and unfortunately, his camp couldn't adapt to none of the movements that the other guy Fury was doing. I mean, Fury was doing basically whatever he wanted on Wilder, and Wilder couldn't adapt.
Is Big Baby still going down the WBA regular route?
That can't answer right now. I mean, talks are going on. I really can't say yes or no. I mean, I don't want to say anything that's not supposed to be saying, so I can't answer those questions right now. I mean, got to keep it under hush, and I guess they'll announce it.
What's more likely to happen for Miller next, the White fight or the AJ fight?
I want the White fight, so I'm hoping we get the White fight. I mean, that way we could take one British down and then take the main British guy out. I want the White fight, so hopefully we'll get that one. But hopefully we get that January 18th fight. We might fight January 18th, so hopefully we get a fight then.
Now, what's the process? Because obviously you have a bunch of DAZN fighters. Sorry, guys. You have a bunch of DAZN fighters. Do they do like Al Heyman and give you 3 options? Like when they gave you Baghdad Dinu, was it another 2 guys attached to that? Or do you just have one option to choose from for your 4 DAZN fighters?
Well, so far it's been going. They'll send an opponent. I mean, we'll look them over, see a couple of fights. We'll talk about it. And we feel that's the right opponent. That's the one we choose. If not, then hopefully we do get another option. So we'll look at the other option also.
Mr. Sosa, now I want to change gears a little bit. You mentioned earlier Kid Chocolate's got his fight against Caleb Truax. We haven't seen a lot of Peter, obviously. One fight in 2017, one fight in 2018. Even though it was a fight against Jay Leon Love and he looked good, ever since that Daniel Jacobs fight, it's been a sort of dimensional path for Kid Chocolate. Where's he at this point, mentally, physically? I'm sure that you're getting him ready, but how ready do you think he is? And do you think he's back to where he was before?
Yeah, I mean, after that, the Danny Jacobs card, it was a roller coaster ride for him for the next 2 years. I mean, like you said, only 2 fights since then. But his last fight, he did fight Love. He looked amazing. But now he's back in New York. He's with the social crew, and he's comfortable. He fell in love with the game again, and you're definitely going to see a different Kid Chocolate for the next fight. A younger, liver Kid Chocolate. You know what I'm saying? Because now he loves training at in New York. So we got him going on the right direction.
What was in the decision on you guys not wanting to go to Bulgaria to fight Pulev? And did you watch the Pulev versus Huey Fury fight?
I mean, there was a lot of negative parts on that fight. I mean, as far as one would be, I mean, it's the guy's country. I mean, to get a win with that, you will actually have to knock the guy out. Because when you go to another guy's country to fight, it's very hard to get a W for whatever reason. But we would have definitely beat them in the States. We would have. But you know, stuff like that, the promoters and managers decide that, but it wouldn't be a good idea for us to go out there and fight them out there.
So as far as Peter Quillen, he wanted this fight. Like when we were in camp for Bagdon-Dinu, I bumped into Quillen obviously in your gym, and you and him were saying you wanted this Caleb Truax fight, and now it's come to fruition. So it's like, what are you expecting in terms of outcome? Is there a specific outcome you would like to see from Peter? Are you taking this fight, and did you choose this opposition because you know he's tough and you can get rounds? The only guy to stop Truax, I believe, was Daniel Jacobs. What are you guys looking for in terms of outcome?
Like getting rounds or stopping them, I think is what is that question.
So is that he said when you went in the gym, we're talking about opponents, and he was one of the top ones. Thank God we did get him. But that'd be good work for Kid Chocolate. It'll be 10 good hard rounds, which he needs. I believe he'll put on a beautiful boxing performance, or we might stop him late, maybe in the 9th or 10th round. But if not, he'll look beautiful boxing for 10 rounds, you know?
After Peter is victorious, would you guys be looking to like go down a world title route at 168, or maybe even challenge the winner of the Gale and Eubank over in the UK?
Nah. We need a couple more Truaxes, right?
Definitely be I believe this fight is a title eliminator. So they have something in the works after, start winning after their win. It would be for a world title after.
Title eliminator for what sanctioning body?
I don't know. I know kids just told me it was a title eliminator fight. I don't know who we get after that though. But either the two guys that you mentioned would be great.
Who do you think wins that fight, the Gale or Eubank?
Guys. How's that?
Who do you think wins that fight, James DeGale or Chris Eubank Jr.?
Either one. That'd be great for us.
So you said that they have a plan for Peter. Are you saying that because the sanctioning bodies are calling it eliminator, or are you saying that they've come to Peter and they've laid out the plan for 2019? I mean, does he know where he's going here after he wins? Assuming he wins his next fight, like y'all know where y'all are going? I mean, it's already been set up in front of y'all?
Yes and no. I can't really. But
no problem.
But
we get it. We get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a yes and a no. But perhaps, but it's on that direction.
Well, all right. So who's on the menu for January 18th, right? You're fighting on the Demetrius Andrade Wolverine fight.
Yes, we will have Lady Miller will be on the card. Rashad Mati will be on the card. My son, Julian Sosa, will be on the card.
Oh, shit. Wait a minute.
Julian, man, I can't believe I left that out.
I didn't forget Julian. I mean, did he finally get signed?
No, he didn't get signed, but you know, we got offered a spot and we took it.
Okay. Shout out. Congrats. Congrats.
Yeah, going for that 13-0 status, and Nicosi Solomon will also be on that card. He'll be having a rematch with the kid that beat him in Chicago.
Oh, he's going to go back and fight the guy that he lost to in his pro debut?
That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
That's balls right there. Yeah, me too.
Tell Tyson Fury stand the fuck up.
Damn right. I like that right there, man. I love that, actually. I love that.
Yo, Arliano, you don't even know. This audience that I have, they're terrible. I talk so much about Nikoshi. This entire interview, if you go through the comments, they're like, ask him about Nikoshi. Where the fuck is Nikoshi? Ask him about Nikoshi. Yo, they want to see this kid come back, bro, because they think I hyped him up. They saying he's a hype job, bro. Nikoshi better fucking come back.
Yeah, that was the only way to do it. I mean, actually, we had to give him a little break. Then we asked him, yo, we're on January 18th, and he said, who you want? And he chose that guy. So, I mean, that's the only way to do it. Come back.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute. So he chose him? They didn't give him any options? Yo, that dude, listen, everybody knows. I mean, you know, they don't know. We were in the gym. I was telling you, I thought that was a tough fight. And let me tell you guys, they thought it wasn't. Like, Arliano thought Nikoshi should have ran through him, but I don't know. That dude looked like he was in fucking good shape.
Listen, Nikoshi has fought the best of the best in the country. He was ranked #1 in the country. He fought every sort of style, lefty, righty, and beat them all. So this white kid from, what the fuck was it, Chicago, throwing wild shots and all that. I mean, he just had that. He just had a mental breakdown, man. For the reason I don't know, but he did. So he's ready. He's ready to go on the 18th and then prove all the was wrong.
What have y'all told him since that fight? Like, what kind of words of encouragement have y'all gave him?
Tough love, bro. It's Brooklyn.
Tough love. Okay, all right. I'm just trying to. I'm saying, because I mean, for a guy who was that highly ranked as an amateur to come in and have that happen to him, I mean, it has to like kind of mess with him a little bit, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, that. Yeah, it was a little hard, man. It was a little hard, but like I said, I mean, the good ones come out of it, man. So, I mean, you're gonna see a different Nikoshi, and ready to go, man. Ready to go.
Well, Arliano, man, I want to thank you for taking out the time to give us this spontaneous interview. Thank you for all the hard work you're doing over there in Atlas Cops and Kids, that nonprofit gym. Thank you for all these future champions that you're introducing us to. Yes.
There's no more Atlas Cops and Kids. NYC.
Oh, really? The takeover.
Yeah. It's, for the last 4 months now. NYC Cops and Kids.
Why did y'all change the name?
Unfortunately, Teddy's not sponsoring the gym anymore, so he's out. So now it's NYC Cops and Kids.
Okay, well, there you go. If you want to give anybody your social media, at Sosa Crew 12, right? On Instagram?
That is correct. Sosa Crew 12 on Instagram.
Well, all right, Arliano, thank you again. ¿Qué pasa? Buenos días.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right. There you have it. New York City's own Arliano Sosa, trainer of so many great up-and-coming New York City talents, top, heavyweights. Chris Colbert will be getting him soon. I don't know. Could you guys rock out? We're going up on 2 hours, but I can cut in and get Chris if you're ready.
I'm a boxing junkie, nigga.
Yeah, get him.
Chris Colbert. You think I'm gonna say no to Chris? Little B-Hop got, man, him and Teofimo got some of the most swag out of these young fighters.
I never heard them talk shit about each other.
I asked Teofimo about him. He was respectful. I mean, I haven't heard those guys say anything negative about each other. So, and they're at 135 and one's at 126. So, probably won't be too much beef right now, but
All right, we are back with red hot. I don't know what to say, prospect or contender, and we actually want you to explain that for us, because we've been asking everybody that we've been interviewing this week, when is a prospect, and when is a contender become a contender? But we're on the line with Christopher Colbert, the young B-Hop, also known as the Golden Child from New York City. We just got off the phone with his trainer. Chris, good morning. How are you? Thank you for taking out the time to give us this interview here on TBV.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. I know our audience definitely loves you due to all the videos we've put out on you, man. They love your personality. We spoke to your trainer. You're back January on the Keith Thurman undercard, and he didn't really know the name of the guy, and it's not on BoxRec, so could you help us out with your opponent?
Shit, I don't even know his name right now. I think I really gotta look. Let me check. I don't even know his name. I just know his record is 8-1. That one loss he took was like a loss that he wasn't supposed to take, but he came back and redeemed himself and beat the guy. So it was like, let me see, what's his name? You see, that's how much I really don't care about who the hell he is, because I really don't even know who he is. Let me check. It's Josh Hernandez from Chicago.
Joshua Mendez?
Josh Hernandez.
Oh, Hernandez.
Josh Hernandez. Okay. Well, we'll definitely.
7 knockouts.
Wow. 8-1, 7 knockouts.
It seemed like he got a little bit of power. But you know that never been a problem for me to be worried about somebody having power. Just life. I got power in other things. I got power in other things.
Hey Chris, Mario Munguia here for TBV. Let me ask you. I do want to talk about the power, but I'll get to that in a second, because we asked Mr. Sosa about your about how much you had been fighting lately, and he gave an interesting answer, and I'm very curious to talk to you about it, because you only had 2 fights in 2018, you had 2 fights in 2017. If I'm not mistaken, if I did my research correctly, you only fought once in 2016, but I think that was due to an injury, if I'm not mistaken. That said, you have not fought as much as I would assume a guy with less than 10 fights would fight. And he made it sound like that's not because of a plan, like y'all didn't want that, y'all would have rather stayed busy. He said he hopes you get 4 to 5 fights this year. Has it been frustrating not being able to get as many fights as you'd like? Do you know the reason for that? And can you talk a little bit about it?
To be honest, it's really not frustrating. I'm 22 years old. Well, I just turned 22 years old. I'm still young. I got time. So it's like I'm not really in a rush or anything, because when you rush, that's when things go wrong. As we see with other boxers, they rush, they build themselves with a bunch of bums. They go to Mexico, they don't learn nothing, or they just fight in the States, a bunch of bums that you ain't learning nothing from. They get to 20-0 or something, they feel like they're ready. Boom, they fight somebody that can really fight, and then they take that out. So, to be honest, I'm not really rushing. And the reason why I don't get fights is because I tell Al Heyman and them, I don't want to fight bums. I'd rather fight someone that's gonna show me a thing or two, show me a thing or two about myself, or something that I need to work on, or something like that. I'd rather fight a prospect. Like I'd rather fight like a prospect or a veteran, a decent veteran or a good veteran. You feel me? So it's like, and when I call these guys out, or when we send them the contract to fight, they don't want to fight me. So it's like I can't get a fight. And when I fought one time in that year, because of injury, due to a shoulder injury. Well, no, hand injury. Due to a hand injury. And I'm not going to risk my career just to make one check, when I could just sit out for a little while, let everything heal the way it's supposed to heal, and then come back and fight 4 or 5 times. But definitely this year we taking off. I'm gonna leave the work into my trusted advisor Al Heyman. I'm gonna let him do what he do best, and we're gonna be on the road this year. We're gonna start off with January 26th. We're gonna put on the show, and then we back in April. We're gonna put on another show, and then we got a couple of more fights for the year.
I feel a little bit differently. I don't know. I just want to throw that out there. Technically, you're active. Technically, you will be having your third fight in a calendar year. You fought in April, then in September, you're back in January. That's within a 12-month span. So you're active. So the only thing I want to do is piggyback off of my.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be active, more active now. Like, I mean, my record is building. So it's like these fighters ain't gonna have no choice but to fight me. Like, what can they say? My record is not good enough. I'm undefeated, and I fought nothing but decent fighters. So, what can they say?
Who are you talking to? Who is they that doesn't want to fight you?
Fighters in general, ain't no particular names I'm about to throw out there, but they know who they are. Fighters in general, I'm willing to fight any and everybody because the thing is with me, right? It's boxing. You win some, you lose some. The greatest of all times then took L's and bounced back. That dropped it, bounced back. So if you're afraid to lose, that's your mentality. You're not gonna take fights because you know you're afraid to lose. I'm not afraid to take an L. I'm in it to win it. I'm in it to win it, but
I mean,
God has a plan for everybody. So whatever happens at the end of the day happens.
They sound.
I'm just gonna train hard every step and be ready for the person that they got in front of me for that day.
They sound like the top to me. Like they usually means the top. They are the guys that call the shots, and that's why they don't want to give you a shot. So they are Leo Santa Cruz, Josh Warrington, Gary Russell, Oscar Valdez, Carl Frampton, Abdul Maris, Lee Shelby, Joseph Diaz Jr. Like the top? Who?
Nah, come on now. They are the top prospects.
Oh, top prospects. Okay.
Now, Chris, I've seen a dozen.
One, I ain't crazy now. You gotta respect. It's a level of respect when it comes to everything. You gotta respect your level when you at in certain things. That's where these fighters go wrong at. They try to get ahead of themselves. They want to do more than they can. They want to bite more than they can chew, and then shit happens. I respect the game and I respect all the champions. But one day they will see me, and when that day comes, they're gonna see that I'm the truth. I don't just talk about it. I be about it. I'm a different breed.
Now, Chris, I've seen a dozen so interviews with you, and every interview is something consistent. You have a lot of confidence and a lot of personality. I just want to know, man, like where does that come from? Yeah, so it's just all natural.
All natural. I've been doing that since I was playing football. All natural.
Yo, Chris, I want to go back to the power. I want to go back to the power thing real quick because you had said you got power and other things or whatever, but in your last fight, actually your last two fights, I guess I could say, I noticed something. I noticed the fact that it didn't seem obviously like you have like that one punch, stone cold power, but it seemed like you have that kind of wear you down power throughout rounds. Is that something you're starting to develop more? Is that something you've had that we haven't seen before? Do you think, because I know you had talked about building that man strength, but it looks like that's in you.
No, I mean, we all see that I don't have that one punch that my power. But I do got the brain power. My brain is very well. I'm not a fighter that just go in there swinging, and I go in there with a game plan, and the game plan get executed every single time. I have my game plan before my team have my game plan. That's the type of power I bring to the ring. I bring the brain power. If you got that and you train hard, they can't beat you. They can come in there with all the power they want. Physical strength, that ain't about a thing. You can't hit what you can't see. Right or right?
No, definitely. But I would say that you definitely wore that guy down with punches.
Shit! Ask motherfucking Tyson Fury that shit. There's only one Deontay Wilder. He was saying that same shit.
No, Tyson Fury, you can't hit what you can't see. He's obviously he's seen it.
He got caught. But he said the same shit.
Who you thought won that fight?
You know who won that fight?
Tyson Fury.
Who? Thank you. Who won that fight, Matt?
The fans.
Oh, don't even ask him.
The fans won.
If you say Deontay Wilder, you a bad quarterback.
Oh, damn.
Don't make me ask you what's the scorecard. Don't make me, because I scored it. And I haven't said that I had Deontay. I haven't said I had Deontay.
Yo, Chris, you just made all of our listeners so happy for calling him out on that. Like, you don't even know, Chris. Like, tell them, teach them.
I scored a draw, Chris. I scored a draw.
On that fight,
I haven't said that, Chris.
No, I'll say it for him. He said Deontay Wilder won that fight.
I'm asking you what rounds you scored for Wilder.
The knockdown rounds in one round. Besides that, I give him one round besides the knockdown round. I can't remember exactly what round. I haven't seen the fight again yet. I'm waiting for the whole fight to go up so I can watch it. But that's the fight that I'm definitely gonna watch. That's how you what? Tyson Fury is a problem. Deontay Wilder is my boy and all. Like, I'm cool with the nigga, but I'm a real boxing fan. I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit for nobody because it's my man. You feel what I'm saying? And Tyson Fury gave him a boxing lesson that night. Real shit.
Man, I gave Wilder rounds 1, 2, 3, 9, and 12.
Oh nah, this interview done. That
ain't a win. That ain't no win. Bruh, he broke Fury's nose in the second or third round. That one jab made Fury go against the ropes, broke his nose.
1, 2, 3, 9, and 12.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 9, and 12. Are you shitting me?
9 was the knockdown.
For 1, 2, 3, 9, and 12. And he couldn't even hit him for 1, 2, 3, 9, and 12.
Man, you better watch that shit on TV. You ain't watch it on TV.
I know what I've seen on TV.
You ain't watch that shit.
He came out guns blazing the first round. He came out guns blazing the first round. He was not really hitting Tyson Fury. He was hitting the guard. Tyson Fury, what was to give him the first round? Boom. Second round, he definitely did not win. Third round, he didn't win. Fury started picking it up with that jab. If that's the case, if you say he won that fight, that means
I didn't say that. I didn't say he won the fight. I ain't say he won the fight. I did not say that. I said.
How can you say that? I don't know. Jamel Charlo did not do what Wilder did though. He didn't knock Harrison down. He didn't.
Hold on, he talking, Mike. What'd you say?
Listen. 1, 2, 3, 9, and 12. You said right?
Yep. That
mean he won the fight.
Nah.
1, 2, 3.
I'm doing it right now. Look.
9 is 2. 9 is 2 rounds. 12 is 2 rounds. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 rounds out of 12. That means he won the fight. You scored it.
No, Chris. No,
I'm doing it again right now.
If he won 1, 2, 3, 9, and 12, that's 5 rounds that he won. Now he get 2 more points for those knockdowns and those 5 rounds, which goes to 7. There's still 7 rounds left. So that those 7 rounds go to Fury. That makes it a draw.
How is there 7 rounds left?
Because if you 1, 2, 3, 9, and 12 is 5. You add 2 more points.
Yeah, still 7 rounds left.
Yeah, there we go. So 114 is how I had it. Yeah. Or 115, whatever the draw was.
The average, right? So the average out of 300 people that use the same scorecard app that I use,
90 seconds,
right? That they had it the way you had it. 1 round besides the other 2 knockdown rounds. But on that average, you know, you had people that gave him the 3rd and the 1st round. And the 2nd round is the biggest round out of 111 people gave the 2nd to Wilder. So what we know is that A, scoring is subjective. B, I'm shocked that a boxer who's a boxer in yourself, couldn't see that the first 3 rounds, Wilder's jab was more dominant than Fury's jab. Wilder's jab was.
I didn't see nothing. Wilder.
That's why you got to watch it again. Wilder broke his nose, Chris. Wilder broke his nose in the first 3 rounds with a jab. He put him on the ropes with a jab. It broke his nose. Go back and watch it. I'm not saying Wilder won. Never, never, never. I'm saying get that rematch on. Get that rematch on.
That shit do not. Wilder don't want no rematch, boy.
What? The one that don't want the rematch is Fury, already on Good Morning Britain talking about, oh, I beat Wilder. I need to go fight Joshua and make Britain history. Wilder out here every interview. I want the rematch. Every interview.
He did, because he did beat him. He did.
10 seconds.
Yo, if you beat me, prove it. If you beat me, Chris, you ain't get the belt. You ain't get the glory. Prove it then. Prove it. Come do it again.
Bro, it's not about the belt. It's not about the belts no more. It's not really about the belts. He beat him. He know it. Everybody know he beat him. I know for a fact he beat him. There's no way they could have. They should have took that from him. They just did that because they won an American heavyweight, a dominant American heavyweight that can still knock shit out. That's why they did that, and that's what they did that night. So I'm not no biased fighter. Just because he's out here and I ain't biased. Tyson Fury won that fight.
All right, so since you ain't
call him Camden Chris,
since you ain't being biased, then what's going on? Why Wilder ain't get that AJ fight then?
AJ don't want to fight.
Oh, all right. At least we talking to a logical person.
AJ just talking. Now he's talking that he want to fight the winner out of those. He want one of those 2 Fury Wilder. Now he's talking like he won it now. But talk is talk, like you say, like we always say, talk is cheap. Niggas talk every day.
Now, he just came out and did an interview with Akin Barak. I'm sure you know them from Brooklyn, your brethren. He said, look, I want Luis Ortiz. If I can't get Wilder Fury next April 13th, April 13th date is going to be for Luis, your stablemate, Gerald Miller, or Dillian White. We were debating here with callers and obviously your trainer, who deserves it more. I feel like Big Baby deserves it more. Only because he's undefeated and he's been hot. Dillian White has done some great things, but he's already suffered a loss to AJ. I just don't feel like he deserves a second shot. Luis Ortiz has never gotten his shot, and at least he went in the ring with Deontay Wilder. Like, who do you feel deserves that AJ shot if it's not Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder?
Well, we can't say Dillian White don't deserve it because he already got his shot. All right, he got his shot, but he came back just like King Kong did. He came back, and then King Kong, they came back off the losses. They came back off the losses and started killing shit. So we cannot really say they don't deserve the shots because they actually do deserve the shot, especially Dillian White. Dillian White came back. He was dominant, killing shit. I mean, he ain't looking great, but he definitely deserves a shot. Big Baby deserves a shot because he's still undefeated. He's beating everybody that they put in front of him. So now it's time for them to give him a champion. All these champions are fighting for titles. Anthony Joshua fought for titles mad early in his teen fights. Big Baby in his 20s fight. Like, now he deserves a title shot. I mean, and who else? Who else you said?
Man, let's get into some gangster shit right now. Terrence Crawford sent over an offer to Danny Garcia for $3 million, and he sent an offer over to Amir Khan for.
Y'all can't hear each other, Mike. You're talking over him.
So to me, it's like Big Baby, King Kong, and what's his name? The guy named from the UK.
Dillian White. White.
Yeah,
but who's
Dylan
more
White,
deserving? Who's more deserving than somebody got to be number one. They all can't fight him though. They all can't fight him.
If you want to get technical, Dillian White do. Dillian White, he got the strap.
Yo, Chris, man, let me find out you got a fucking UK citizenship, man. What's going on, bruh?
Oh man, he's just a logical dude. He's just logical.
You just gotta be right. You gotta be fair. Like,
bro, Lucas Brown,
because that's my aunt.
Lucas Brown was pregnant.
I'm not gonna say Big Baby.
You see how big Lucas Brown was?
That don't got nothing. Bro, that don't got nothing to do with us. He's still winning there to fight. Once you sign up to fight, you know what you're signing up for. That don't got nothing to do with us. So whatever these other fighters is going through, that don't have nothing to do with us. If he would have beat Dylan White, it would have been a different story. They've been saying different wise. Now he got knocked the fuck out. Now it's something else.
But that's
Dylan
the
White
point.
did what he
How
was
you
supposed
gonna
to do.
beat Dylan White if you pregnant? How you gonna beat Dylan White if you out of shape? How you gonna beat Dylan White if you inactive? Put Dylan White in there with Big Baby. Put him in there with Luis Ortiz. Let's see how he dance.
That's a different story. Dylan White can't fuck with Big Baby. I know Big Baby got a like. This is what I tell Big Baby, and because I'm an honest nigga. I ain't no sugarcoating type of guy. I tell Big Baby, we gotta work hard. You get the opportunity. Only way you not winning if you can't take that shot. If you take them shots, them right hands, I feel like he got more of a chance with Anthony Joshua than he do with Wilder right now. Not really more of a chance with Wilder. Like I'm not saying that like he don't have a chance with Wilder, but I'm saying like it would be a better fight for him because Anthony Joshua don't have the power that Wilder has in that right hand.
Yo, Chris.
Big Baby got.
No, go ahead.
Big Baby got strong legs. Remember, he used to kickbox. He used to getting kicked in the leg, leg by big guys. So, and at the end of the day, a kick is stronger than a punch any day. So, I feel like if he could withstand them punches, it's going to be a long night for Anthony Joshua. Because nobody in the heavyweight division throw more punches than Big Baby.
Yo, Chris, before we chop it,
I don't care how much big bombs. Go ahead.
No. Listen, before we chop it up on some more boxing, because I still have some more questions for you. But before we chop it on more boxing, I know Mike's got some questions too about getting your opinion on some other things. The one thing I wanted to ask you, since actually Counterpunch came out, like I've been wanting to ask you, you know, your amateur career, you were successful in a lot of ways and you look great. I think people thought at the time there was an Olympic future for you. Obviously you forego that to go pro. It was definitely the smart choice for you personally, but now we're seeing that yeah, no, definitely.
Elaborate. What do you mean it was and it wasn't?
Because I could have stayed amateur and I would, when I'm destined to do something, I'm destined to do it. And then ain't nobody in the world gonna stop me. You feel what I'm saying? And as an amateur, I never trained. Like I'm training, I didn't know what that really was. Like I thought I was training, but I know I wasn't training. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I never ran. I used to just spar. So it's like, and I was still winning these fights easy. So now, imagine if I was training. I trained for my last amateur fight, my last amateur tournament, hard. Because I had made a statement. The year before that, I had like took off a little bit. Like I lost one tournament I went to, so it was like, all right, cool. I was like in the top 5, but I wasn't high enough. I took off, came back, dominated the USA national trials, the team trials, dominated them.
Yep.
The first tournament without headgear. But I was training for that fight, that tournament. I was training, prepared, ready. And it's just, I didn't want to wait. I wanted money. My mom needed money. We needed money. So I had to go out there and go do that.
Yeah. Wow. I appreciate you being so honest with us. Because I heard you say it was. I didn't hear you say it wasn't. So I'm glad you elaborated on that. You know, the question I was gonna ask that don't make any sense now was, you know, we've seen how disrespectful the Olympic Committee's been with boxing, talking about it might not even be there anymore. But now I'll change my question here. So would you got a young fighter who's in the same kind of predicament you were. Let's leave money out of it because definitely we know about, you know, y'all are having some issues and you definitely came up the hard way. So would you recommend a fighter to stay in the Olympic or to stay in the amateurs longer?
It depends on who the fighter is. To be honest, Like everybody can't just go pro. Like everybody just can't do that.
Chris, I know you're gonna hate me, but you got to get off that speakerphone. That shit sound bad.
My bad. Let me put on my headphones. Hold on. Let me get what I was saying. Yeah, it depends on who the fighter is. That's one. Because hold on. You can hear me?
Oh, that sounds great.
All right.
You said it depends who the fighter was.
That's one. Because everybody can't just go pro. Everybody can't just go pro. You've got to be mentally, physically, and everything ready for this shit. So it's like, depends on who the fighter is. If the fighter got more of an amateur style, he might as well stay in the amateurs. And if he's doing great in the amateurs, why turn pro?
All right, Chris, you know, you're a people's guy. You know, I've obviously met you. I know that. So we got some people's questions. They're coming from our most loyal listeners. Not that many, but we'll go to Elms in the UK. He says, shout out from London. I've noticed your last couple of fights have been at 130. Is this a permanent change?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm growing. I'm getting bigger. I'm picking up my power. Everything you gotta. It's just time for. Should I say change? Yeah.
All right, and he asks, did you see the Frampton Warrington fight? And if so, what did you think of Josh Warrington's performance?
To be honest, no, I definitely did not see that fight.
All right.
I don't really watch those type of fights. That's be on Sky Sports like that. That's what it was on, right?
That one was actually on Box Nation or whatever the equivalent is to Box Nation these days.
BT Sports.
There you go. BT. Crucial.
Yeah.
Crucial says.
You know I didn't watch that, but I would like to get that like Carl Frampton fight within like a year and a half, a year. I would definitely like to get that Carl Frampton fight. I want all the smoke. I go to the UK in all.
Nice. Crucial says, what opponent could you see being the fighter that cements your legacy if you beat them?
Carl Frampton.
Who?
Carl Frampton.
Oh,
Carl Frampton.
Cements the legacy.
That would be a fight right now that fight right now would put me like, boom. Who gonna deny me now? Hey, he a champion. I'll fight him, right? I'll fight him. I wouldn't even care if it's for the belt. I would fight him though.
Well, Frampton lost, so he ain't got the belt. But I know I'm gonna spice things up with this right here.
He lost.
Yeah,
he lost, bro. You know he lost?
Yeah, he lost to Warrington.
Nah, you see, I don't even pay attention to this shit.
Damn, he didn't even know.
Yeah, he lost to Warrington, and Warrington was the underdog.
That's how you know. But he still got a big name. So like a fight like that right now would be a great fight for me. Y'all don't think?
Hell yeah.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
That's a huge step up.
Great fight right for me right now.
I love the style matchup.
But it don't matter. He could bring.
Yeah, but the issue with that,
he could bring the whole UK.
Yeah, but there's a problem with that fight. You take that fight and you beat him now, then everything else has to be going up, and I just think that's too soon. You get what I'm saying?
Why would I go down? Why would I go down? Listen, let me tell you something. There's one thing about me. I'm often imitated, never duplicated, one originated. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Did you just get that?
I get it. Often imitated, never duplicated.
One originated.
Nigga, 101, you feel me?
When I tell you I'm a different breed, and I'm on a whole nother level, this shit ain't no joke. I'm telling you. Tell me one fight that you see me struggle yet.
None. That's why you on the show.
Was gonna give me good fights.
And bro, I know you said you were born with it.
I struggled yet. I did not struggle with not one fight. I remember people said I was gonna lose to Titus. Remember people said I was going. They told me Austin Dulé gonna beat me. He got strong hands. He got power in both hands. Blah 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 blah. And I did what I did. And
yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
wore his ass down.
The performances ain't gonna get nothing worse than what y'all already seen. Like, it's only gonna get better. In the beginning of my career, I was serious, but I wasn't as serious as I am now. Y'all gonna see me dominate.
Let me spice things up with this question right here, man, because I know that
go ahead.
Terrence is your boy, right? So Terrence Crawford and Bob Arum sent an offer over to Danny Garcia for $3 million non-pay-per-view. We find out because we had Bomac on the show yesterday who told us that the offer was $3 million non-pay-per-view ESPN regular. And you got these fans out here saying that Danny, who I know and my co-hosts know because we were en route to Alabama to cover Deontay Wilder, and we were talking to Angel Garcia on the line, who at that time in September told us, hey, we're in camp for Adrian Granados. So when Terrence's offer came over, technically, yeah, the world doesn't know that. Not everybody's a journalist, right? Not everyone talks to Danny, but the world felt like, oh, Danny's ducking Crawford. He didn't take this $3 million offer coming off a loss.
Listen, Danny Garcia is my boy, but I'm telling you, he don't want that smoke with Crawford, man. They both my boys. Like, I'm the type of guy that I ain't gonna lie for neither one of them. They both my boys, but I really don't feel he wants that smoke with Crawford, bro.
Why you feel that?
Nobody want that.
Why you feel that? Why you feel that? Explain. Why you feel that?
Crawford is the truth.
Okay, but why you feel Danny don't want that work?
Nobody want it.
They already got nobody want that work. All of them can act like they want that work. They don't want that work. That's all talk. But I know for a fact, but ain't denying nobody to fight them.
I mean, $3 million, that sounds like a denial.
That's what I'm saying. He don't want that work.
No. You're not getting what I'm saying. You offering Danny $3 million to cross the street to go to ESPN. You don't really want the fight. That's what I'm saying.
Oh. That's not enough money?
What?
Coming off a loss?
Hell no.
Coming off an L?
Bruh, Danny Garcia is one of the top PBC fighters. PBC just signed 2 different deals for $60 million. One with Showtime, one with Fox. Why would they send Danny over for $3 million? Why would they send Danny over for $3 million when he been making that? And there's bigger fighters for him to lose to.
You gotta remember, Top Rank ain't got that type of money like Al Heyman.
All right, that's Top Rank problem. And Terrence Crawford got that problem.
So Crawford gonna send out. Terrence Crawford gonna send out what he could.
All right, what he could ain't what is necessary to make the fight.
But why you never ever heard Danny Garcia mention Terrence Crawford's name?
What you mean? I got a quote for you right now, and it goes like this: "I beat you for free. Why won't I do it for money?"
I ain't never heard him mention that name.
All you got to do is go to his Twitter.
On social media, Crawford.
All you got to do is go to Danny's Twitter.
Action for that. Who you think gonna win that fight?
I don't know, because last I checked, Gamboa hurt Crawford.
You don't know now.
Yeah, that's because Danny Garcia. I mean, Crawford was coming in reckless. He wanted to just get the middle nigga out of there.
Oh, word.
Word.
Was he reckless with David Benavidez with that one fucking leg out there looking like Captain Hook with one leg? Was he reckless then?
Here come the hate. That's enough I know.
What you mean? What you mean? David Benavidez hurt him too, and David Benavidez ain't even half the man Danny Garcia is.
Hurt him.
Yeah, he hurt him. Go back and watch it. He hurt him.
Listen, I'm not even gonna do that. Danny, my boy. Crawford, my boy. But I know at the end of the day what's gonna happen. If they set up that fight, you could come see me.
How did you feel about Keith Thurman coming out and saying that Terrence Crawford?
No. Don't change the subject.
No. I mean, let's ask him about Keith.
Hold on. Because look, All right, so he offered Amir
Yeah,
Khan.
I'm not about to talk about these guys. These my
Nah,
boys.
I don't want you to talk about it. I just want you to hear this part. He offered Amir Khan, he being Crawford, offered Amir Khan $5 million plus pay-per-view upside on an ESPN pay-per-view to fight Terrence Crawford. Now, last I checked, Danny knocked out fucking Amir Khan. So how does he deserve a pay-per-view and more money? You see what I'm saying?
Come on, yeah, but Danny Garcia knocked out Amir Khan with some luck shit, though. Come on.
Oh, shit. Yo, what the fuck? Luck?
That's my nigga.
My boy.
Oh,
my man.
That was the beginning of his career. He caught him on some shit like if he just on some, oh, okay. He closed his eyes and said, don't panic, man. Don't panic.
Yo, you're auditioning for Ness's spot here. We're about to give you the champ.
Ness is biased.
Oh,
we got it.
God,
we got it on tape. I'm clipping this shit. I'm clipping this shit. Thank you, baby. Thank you.
Oh my God. You don't know how happy you just made.
Biased.
How damn biased?
That's because Danny Garcia is Spanish. That's why.
All right, so if it's because he's Spanish, Chris, what's Terrence Crawford's biggest win?
Nah.
Because everybody I interview can't answer this. They don't know how to answer this. They come up with the weirdest answers. They got
I would say Jeff Horn.
They got to give me 5 names. They can't say one because ain't one good enough.
Terrence Crawford's biggest opponent was the what's his name? The one that beat Lucas Matisse. When he beat Lucas Matisse, he came off good win off dominating Lucas Matisse.
What's his name?
And Crawford dominated him.
Victor Postal.
Every round.
Hey, Chris, let me tell you something. I fuck with you so hard. I'm gonna make sure everybody you beat, everybody know who they is, so that no professional fighter ever has to say that your biggest win is what's his name.
Nah, I got a whole bunch of. I don't got no biggest wins.
I know. I'm saying when it comes to that time.
That's what I do.
I'm saying when it comes to that time, I'm gonna publicize your win. Bruh, Victor Postal is a dude that took step-aside money from Danny Garcia 3 times because he'd rather take money than fight. 3 times. He fought on PBC cards in New York City. 3 times.
What you telling me is you think, listen, so what you telling me is Danny Garcia gonna win that fight. That's what you're telling me.
I'm telling you that's gonna be the toughest fight of Bud's career.
That's what you stupid as hell.
All right, so who's the toughest fight?
You see what Lamar Peters right now, fam?
Yeah, who's been his toughest fight? That would be the biggest opponent. That would be the biggest opponent on his resume, bro.
No, the biggest fight for him right now is Errol Spence.
No, yes, I agree.
Said about that.
I agree. What I'm saying is if Danny and Terrence fight right now, that is the biggest name on Terrence's resume. That is the biggest name.
Yeah, right now.
Vice versa.
Yeah, you can say vice versa. Thank you.
Nah, ain't no vice versa.
Steve Thurman is a one division champ. One division champ.
Danny been in there with Thurman.
1 division champ.
With Porter.
1 division champ.
With Matisse.
1 division.
Danny's proven.
Sean Porter's a runner-up. Sean Porter's a runner-up. You got a lucky win over Danny Garcia. He's a runner-up.
A runner-up?
What are you telling me?
No, he's a two-time welterweight champ, man. He's a 2-time welterweight champ.
And what the hell Terrence Crawford is? What the hell Terrence Crawford is? Unified champion.
Bruh.
Unified, nigga.
Terrence.
Unified.
Bruh. Sean Porter won his title. Sean Porter won his title from a better opponent. Who the fuck is Jeff Horn?
Unified, nigga.
Chris, you already said it. He biased.
You talking about 140. You talking about 140. Come on, man.
You hear what I'm saying?
You talking about 140.
You hear what I'm saying?
Danny was unified with better opponents at 40. What you saying? He unified with better opponents.
What strap he had?
IBF, WBA, and WBC. Talk to me. Plus the ring. Talk to me. Talk to me.
What strap Terrence Crawford had?
All of them. He had them all.
Name them all.
He had them all.
Say it again.
All.
Say it again.
All.
Okay.
Now you say. Now you say. All right. Now you say.
Say it again. Say it again. Hold on. Say it one more time. Say it one more time. Thank you.
Now
man.
You tell me who he beat him for. Who he beat to get him?
It doesn't matter. He was in the weight class. Nobody wanted to fight him. Everybody went up.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you who Danny beat. 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 A dude that Terrence trying to pay $5 million to fight right now. A dude that Terrence still ain't fight. That's who Danny beat. A dude that Terrence's biggest name, who you say is Terrence's biggest name, which is Victor Postal, made his bones off the dude Danny already slumped. In Matisse. That's
right
who.
Now,
that
right
unification
now,
was
right
better.
Now,
that unification was better. You know it. I know it.
Listen, right now, I'm a real nigga. After that fight, after Danny Garcia fought American, he was doing his thing.
Exactly.
That's my nigga. Danny.
He unified 140 like no other.
That nigga was doing his fucking thing. Right? I ain't gonna lie. I'm a real nigga. Yeah. I'm not no biased nigga, but I just know for a fact I'm 100% positive. I take any bet. He's not beating Crawford. I'll take any bet.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Wait till my man come.
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
I've said that from day one. This is this generation's Mayweather right here. If it ain't you though, because you is a cutie boxer, so we never know. But Keith, he's another level. He's another level. Another level. When I want Crawford and Thurman. What you gonna say now?
Crawford, are you kidding me? You think he's gonna outbox him? And he had a hard time outboxing Danny? You got me fucked up.
Bruh,
oh
shit! You heard what Thurman said? He said Danny.
We talking about it.
You heard what Thurman said? Thurman said Danny hit so hard. He hit so hard. He was glad he punched him on the arm and not on the chin. Let Danny left hook, or like you say, lucky punch Crawford. Let's see what happens when David Benavidez.
I guess that punch was lucky against American.
Yeah, that same
left. It was.
That same left.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That same left hook slept Eric Morales twice, spun him like a top.
90-year-old Eric Morales?
Grandpa.
He slept my grandpa.
90-year-old Eric Morales?
All I'm saying is
Keith Thurman said Crawford ain't really done nothing in the division and should not be considered a top 147. He said Amir Khan can beat Jeff Horn.
Damn.
Of course.
True.
He said true.
Yeah, Amir Khan's really good. Like,
I'm not denying none of this, right? I'm just saying I know Terrence Crawford is a different breed, and I know Danny Garcia ain't fucking with him. I know Keith Thurman ain't fucking with him. Sean Porter ain't fucking with him. Nobody is fucking with him, and you gonna see it for yourself. I'm not even gonna say no more about it.
Bruh,
thing I've been saying since day one.
Wilding right now. Yo, Keith.
When he beat him, every time he beat one of them, I'm just going to look at you and say, I told you.
Yo, hold on. I think this Keith right now.
At 147, Terrence Bud Crawford's competition, zero respect. Has not been impressive.
Jeff Horn, former champ.
Former what? Okay, Jeff Horn. Who's Jeff Horn? Nobody. I got so many different disrespectful things that I can say right now. I don't even want to do it because that was back then. Doesn't even matter now. But
you can't.
Amir Khan can beat Jeff Horn. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if Terrence Crawford can beat Amir Khan. Amir Khan.
What you say? Because the king of the division was talking. I'm sorry, the unified champion of the division. The only guy that's fought 2 top 3 welterweights in this generation is right here. He's right here. He was talking. What happened?
I respect Keith Thurman too.
It ain't sound like you was respecting him. It ain't sound like you was respecting him.
But I'm saying,
sound like you thought Crawford was gonna win easy.
No, I just know Terrence. I know Terrence Crawford gonna win.
Yo, my man one time should be called 2 times because he did it back to back. Took top 5s back to back. He the new Meek Mills of boxing, Pag. Oh, actually, not Meek Mill. That's Drake. Damn, he gargling on our interview. That was my few shots.
Hey, he having fun. He kicking it right now.
Yo.
Yeah, he doing his thing.
I'm getting ready for the gym and shit. But
yo, who's in camp? Who's in camp with you? Who you sparring with? Cause I seen you sparring with Shakur. Then I see you went to Four Corners.
Oh yeah, man. I think with Shakur, man. I bet that was some good work.
I seen you in Four Corners. That's where that work at too. Them amateurs over there do not play. That's a lot. Yo, that gym a little serious, man. Oh, you know what I wanted to ask you? That's right. I said it live before you came. Why you and Teofimo Lopez never talk greasy about one another?
What?
I'm just saying, because y'all talk greasy about everybody else. Y'all talk greasy about everybody else except each other. Like, I've even seen Teofimo go at Shakur. I've seen
what weight Teofimo Lopez?
I think
135. I did a interview with him, and like he had some high praise for you, brother.
Nah, me and him been in the ring together with each other. We did our thing. Great work.
Really?
And, I mean, there's nothing to say.
How long ago was that?
135. We worked 4 years. Yep. A minute ago. A long time ago.
What? How much did you weigh back
then?
Right
now, he's went. I don't even fucking know, to be honest. Like, I was a kid.
Oh, kid.
I'm not a kid. Like, I'm dragging. I was a grown. I was the same type. I was around like 19 or not even. Hell no. Like, I don't even know if I was a pro yet, to be honest. I can't remember, but it was a long time ago. We had great work and type shit, and that's it. Like, and I don't talk about him because right now he at 135. What am I doing with that? If we go to 135 and the fight want to happen, if the fight they want to make the fight happen, well, we can make it happen. But I don't got nothing to say about the name. I don't talk. Who do I talk bad about though?
Nah, I ain't never say
bad. I don't really talk bad about people.
Nah, you just keep
it
real.
They do their thing. They doing their thing. They doing their thing. I'm doing my thing. We meet when we meet.
I'm saying 130 is crazy stack. And you've already made it clear, like in a year and a half, you want to call Frampton type. So you're not rushing to any of the top division. I'm not trying to preference that question in that manner at all. I just simply want your take on the top. Right now, Javonte is in 130. He's going to be facing Abner Mars. What's your opinion over that fight?
He's gonna kill Abner Mars.
Oh, word.
He's gonna stop Morris. What you think? Let me hear this. Abner Morris is licensed, so you might go for him.
You
Damn.
Yo, last I checked, your son is half Latin, right?
Yeah, he is.
All right, then. So what's up with all this Latin hate? What's up with all this Latin hate?
That don't mean
last I checked, you like to dance salsa, my man. Last I checked, you like to listen to the motherfucking Bad Bunny. But anyway, listen. I never said Abner Mars was going to win. I want Tank to fight a real 100. I want Tank to fight a real 130 pounds.
I want Tank to fight Tevin.
But I get it. I get it. Abner is a name, and what's a big?
No, I don't want to see Tank fight Tevin.
Really?
I want to see Tevin. I don't really want to. I want to see Tank fight Lomachenko.
Yeah, that's a fight right there.
Lomachenko moved up. Tank at 130. If he can make the weight, he could be great.
Yeah, be talking pound for pound.
Move up. You can make the weight.
That's a pound for pound fight right there.
I hear you, but if you can make the weight, nobody can't hate you from trying to be great. If you want to stay at the division, unify, and be the B-Hop of 130, be the B-Hop of 130.
Does Mikey Garcia got a chance against Errol Spence going up 2 divisions?
Yeah, I mean, this Terrence Crawford boy, so he probably gonna say yeah.
What you said? Say that again. Nah, Errol Spence versus Mikey?
Yeah.
Hell no. Errol Spence is gonna kill him, boy. They gonna get it. That nigga gonna go to jail and fuck up his career because he about to commit a murder. We talking about Errol Spence versus Mikey right now, right?
Yeah. We are. But did you see the pictures of Mikey looking like motherfucking Lou Ferrigno and Incredible Hulk?
Kangaroo Jack. He's looking like Kangaroo Jack.
You see Errol Spence on his story like, yo, I'm about to get like Mikey in 2 weeks.
Man, boy,
Mike, he not fucking with Errol Spence. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's no way. There's no way he winning that fight.
So why you think they doing this,
I don't
man?
even see it. I think Mikey Garcia just wanna see Macho Man. You going right here? Yeah, oh shit. Yeah. I wanna see if I just think he wanna be Macho Man, but that shit gonna get him hurt. That shit might fuck up his career. That nigga Errol Spence is the truth though.
So listen, my
Errol
last
Spence
one.
is a real problem. I ain't going to lie to you.
Last one from the Patreon family. It says, did you expect the Monster Inoue to starch Payano in the first round? You know, Payano's the guy you sparred with, right? You sparred with Payano.
Nah. I didn't know. I didn't even know who the fuck that Chinese guy was, but I ain't gonna lie, that nigga is crispy. That nigga punches was crispy. That shit
man.
suck, boy.
The monster, bro.
I feel like he has to be on something.
Oh shit!
Damn.
But that I ain't never seen Payano get hurt with like that in my life. Payano, that nigga got a chin and a half, boy. But to get starched just like that so easy, wow. Look like the nigga didn't even try.
If you know the monster, bro, he been doing it a while though. It ain't like this is his first knockout. Like he been doing this for like years now, homie.
Yeah, but Payano done got hit by bigger niggas. I never see Payano fought bigger niggas than that, and them niggas with power too. And he didn't even get. I never even seen him get wobbled. That nigga got tipping and just over, finished. Oh shit.
Listen, Chris,
I don't even know the nigga, the monster nigga, to be honest, but he probably did. He probably is the truth. Did he win the Hill 2 Super Series or something?
Now they say he's the truth. They definitely say he's the truth. But I will say this: I feel like I thought I seen.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I thought I seen Payano get hurt by Warren on one of the Warren fights. To be honest with you, I watched them both.
Nah, he ain't get hurt.
I seen Warren. Yeah, he didn't. I think Warren wobbled him, man.
No. Next. Yeah, it was on some fast shit. It wasn't on no big bow. Like, it was on some, that nigga watched you Warren throw 20 punches in a second, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So if a nigga throwing 20 punches at you in a second before you get to pick up your defense, that shit gonna have a little stun too. Like, you're gonna be thinking like, damn. Not like on some bing, blah, 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 blah. One shot.
Yeah, that was more like caught off guard.
That shit that nigga is fast, boy.
Well, listen, Chris, man, we're going to let you get to work, brother. We're going to let you get to the gym. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We want to thank you, obviously, for your time. Wish you the best of luck. We'll be in New York, TBV. Obviously, we'll be covering it. And I got a new New York guy coming all the way from LA, from the Bay Area. He's going to move to New York in the next week. So
Ron G.
We make sure we're gonna take Ron G to the gym, man, so he can get in there with you every day, get a new Chris Colbert interview, and let the world get a little bit closer to your life, man. Again, thank you.
I'm going to say, y'all got a boxer?
Nah, hell no, not a boxer.
I bet you had a boxer.
Nah, a journalist.
Journalist, man. I don't
want to do that.
Nah, hell no.
Yo, we'll put him in the ring with you.
Y'all about the same height.
You could beat him up all you want. He got to learn
but I
off
appreciate
experience.
that for having me, though.
Nah, man, appreciate you, man.
Hey, thank you, Chris.
The interviews are the best, man. Your candidness.
You're my guy, man.
As honest as you are, man, we love it over here, and we need the world to know, exactly what's going on in Brooklyn with
But before
like
this video get out and they think I'm talking shit, before this video get out and they think I'm talking shit, Danny Garcia is my boy. Errol Spence my boy. Crawford is my boy. Keith Thurman is my boy. I ain't got no problems with none of them. I'm a Crawford. I'm team Bud. And I'm team them too, but when they fight somebody else. But when they fight Bud, I'm team Bud.
That's all we saying, baby. I'm the exact same way.
Hey, that's just keeping it real. Yeah.
When they fight him, I'm team Bud, and they will see. But other than that, I'm team Danny. 100%. Danny, my boy. I didn't think Keith Thurman was going to beat him, but he did.
Well, all right, Chris, give everybody your social media, brother.
I thought it was going to be a 50-50. You can follow me on Instagram, real Chris Colbert 718 on Facebook, Christopher TBC Colbert.
Chris, man, you the man. Thank you again, brother, and wish you the best of
You're
luck.
ready.
January 26th, catch Chris Colbert put his undefeated record on the line once again in another very even fight. Young man has been fighting undefeated guys all the way up, only 9-0, doing kind of like the Rigondeaux and Lomachenko route, is just not being publicized as much when it should be. Obviously, you know, there's no Orlando Salidos on his name yet, but like he said, he's taking on undefeated prospects back to back. So just want to thank
him. Like he'd get Frampton even earlier. Like he was like talking like he wouldn't even mind that fight like by next year or something.
I mean, I'm sure if he goes back and watches the fight, he'll probably change his mind from a year and a half to a lot sooner. Absolutely. Remember, he was talking strictly off of not knowing Frampton lost.
Yeah. I like that fight too. It's good. You know what I mean? Like Frampton losing and then him, like that's a step up fight, big step up fight. You know what I mean?
I would like to see him against Lee Selby first.
I think it's too fast, man. Those names are because listen,
I think that's a little too soon.
Both of those names are too fast just because once you get there,
can't go back. But you heard what he said though. Why would I want to go back?
Because there's still time. Like he said, there's still time. He's only 22. You know, he's still growing. You know?
Like he might be able to get somebody in the top 10, like towards like the like, you know, 8 through 12 or something, right? But it's like once you get one of them guys, that doesn't mean you could get somebody in the top 5. Like he still got
that don't even matter, bro. What struck out to me, like the greats lost. I'm not afraid to motherfucking lose, baby. If I gotta go up and up and up,
why on back Keith Thurman, who started that phrase? I got an O and I ain't afraid to let it go.
Oh, bro. What did Chris just say? I'm Team Bud when they fight fucking them, but when them guys fighting is like they ain't fighting Bud. I'm rocking with Keith. You heard what I fucking said when Keith Thurman first came back. Man, this guy can fucking talk, bro. This what the fucking boxing really needs, a guy that can talk like that. I fuck with Keith. I fuck with Dan. I fuck with Earl. I fuck with all those guys. But when they're fighting Terrence Crawford, I don't think that they can beat him. But anybody else, I think Earl Spence probably beats everybody else in that division, including
I feel the same way,
including Keith Thurman. But I'm not about to sit here and fucking Ruhu and Pooty Poo and nigga. That's your job. That's your guy.
You sound like a Pooty Poo. Whatever the fuck that is. I'm about to go to callers, B. About to go to callers, man.
You mad because everybody came on, nigga, and crushed your ass today. Your whole spirit.
Yo, Chris,
from the trainer to Chris.
Man on me, B. I go up against you.
And then, bro, if you go motherfucking defend Wilder, bro, know how
and
to
then you were backtracking
let
like
goddamn scorecard out, baby.
Oh my
you gotta know how to let the scorecard out. If you gonna say he won a fight,
I don't gotta know how to. I don't gotta know. That's how you know that my shit is real. I don't gotta know how the scorecard end up. I only know what rounds I gave him, what rounds I.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
We gave him the.
You on the other hand have always been saying I scored it a draw. You ain't never tell us.
Bro, I was motherfucking at the fight. What?
You ain't
we did a live fight check, my nigga.
And what? I'm supposed to be paying attention to you?
Oh, okay, bro. Oh,
that's fucked up.
Now you want to play motherfucker. Bro, go to college, bro. I'm done with your ass today. Go to college.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, oh, because you and Chris.
Can we get to the callers, homie?
Chris think Dillian White deserve a shot. Like, oh, you.
I mean, he said everything that I said. I think Dillian White deserved a shot over Big Baby, but I think Big Baby will beat this shit out of Dillian White. I think Big Baby stop Dillian White.
Well, maybe he was listening to the show. Maybe. Don't mean that you was right. Just could be he was listening and he heard you say the shit. That's
well, it was both of us against you. So if we go just by pure voting and shit, then 3 people was against your ass.
It's all good. It's all and I like it like that.
Fuck you, Arthur Mack.
I like it like that. I like my motherfucking eyes just like Danny. 7-1. We knock cons out. 807 Rod. What it do? What it do?
870. What's going on, Rod?
Yeah,
807. What the fuck going on? Pine Bluff in the building.
Yeah, Pine Bluff got the speaker. He in the car driving with the windows down. It's like way too much shit going on. We going to Joel. You wanted the boomerang status? Go for it.
Yeah. What up?
What up?
Yeah, but Ness, you get yourself crushed.
How'd I get crushed?
Chris get you crushed.
How?
He school you.
How he schooled me? Because he got a different opinion? That don't
Yeah.
make him right.
Yeah, but that's always what you said. If you get people schooled and then you start crying, I get you schooled, I get you schooled. So when is other people doing that to you, and then you change the narrative?
He ain't schooled
My
me.
man, you are you really nice narrative though.
Yo, I said the same shit to him that I said to Ya. Like he couldn't. Yo, he didn't even know Terrence Crawford's biggest win.
It didn't matter though. The guys fight everybody they put in.
My nigga, he didn't know fucking Charles Warrington beat Frampton. That's how much he paid attention to boxing.
No, there's a correlation there. He don't know those nondescript ass fighters.
All right, bro.
Yeah, but it's always like that with you. If you don't know the boxer, then that means that boxer is trash.
Usually
Usually,
when the best podcast in the world doesn't know you, you are trash. Where's Victor Postal at, Joel?
Sorry?
Where's Victor Postal at, Joel?
He was in a hell of a fight with Josh Taylor.
Where's Lucas Brown at? Where's Lucas
And
Brown
this
at?
is the water.
He got a fight coming up.
Who did Joseph Parker last fight? Like, stop the bullshit.
He just stopped the guy.
Look at AJ's resume. Look at AJ's resume. Look at who he's been fighting. Look at Parker's resume. Okay? Look at Wilder's resume. Look at who he's been fighting. Look at Parker's resume. Look at Victor Postal's resume. Like, stop. We know the truth. We know the truth.
It didn't matter, dude.
Oh, it don't matter.
I mean, Parker's been there with Andy Ruiz, Joshua, and White. I mean, that's
controversial. Don't forget the asterisk next to that. No.
Come on, bro. Come on, man.
What? Tuesdays.
It was a close fight, bro.
I don't even see why that even matters,
bro.
Like what Crawford took
when a fight is close, it got to be controversial.
And you're gonna hate on him for that?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
The scorecards wasn't fucking that wide. It's 115, 113, I believe.
Controversy is like Laura Canelo. We don't just say, "Oh, Laura beat Canelo." I mean, Canelo beat Laura. Nah, we be like, "Nah, yo, remember."
But you say fucking Danny Garcia beat Lamont Peterson every time we argue, and that was kind of. That was bro, come on, bro. Oh my god!
Let people know that some people had Lamont winning. Absolutely, it was a controversial fight for Danny, and so was the Mauricio Herrera.
Yes. We got. Well, never mind. Go ahead, man. Finish your call. Then I'll get to the super chat.
Joel's on the line. You killing this call like you do normally. Nah, I'm fucking. No, we both did.
You ain't killing me.
No, not killing. Not killing you. I mean, like taking minutes. Don't worry about it. My bad. Joel, man.
I'm still here.
Thanks for calling in, brother.
We got a super chat from Joseph Rodriguez Garces. Mike, when Crawford start catching L's, you better not be sleep come Crow Day.
No, he always
drank you a Monster, bump a Coke, whatever. But we gonna serve it up. Hashtag man down.
That's fucking right. That's fucking right. We're gonna build that.
I mean, not one time. I mean, he said man down.
Oh, that's all good. That's all good because that's how many people think. That's how many different factions of fans think your man is sweet. I don't think that. I'm just speaking for those that can't speak.
Bro, you don't think that, but bro, that hate be fucking oozing. Every time the fucking start going other way with Crawford, you be like, but what is his biggest win? That's your saving grace right there. That's your saving grace. What is his biggest win? What is his biggest win, guys? Give me his biggest win, you guys.
It ain't my saving grace. It's facts. You know what I'm saying?
Right, man.
Facts.
But everybody always say the same thing. We going out with nigga what we see in the fucking ring. Levels, dimensions.
Yo, bro, let me tell you something. You know how many deluded Triple G fans I used to get calling to the show. Mario was on the host.
Bro, come on, man. Bro,
let me just people talk. You don't even know where I'm going with this. You don't know where I'm going. You don't know where I'm going. Mario was on the show back in the day. He even know. Bro, deluded fans. Look, you made me forget my train of thought. I don't even know where the fuck I was going. Thanks. I don't know where I'm going.
Triple G is cool, but he does not show the levels.
There it goes. So many deluded Triple G fans, right? They was like, oh my God, Triple G, he's the God, he's Triple G, he's a God. And then look, all the flaws when he actually finally stepped it up. And that's all we want Crawford to do. Step it up. Step it on up. Step it up.
And guess who's back? Joseph Rodriguez Garces. Don't get it twisted. It's one time too.
Yeah.
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
One time for the sheep.
Where's Rafi when you need him?
No, Rafi's there. We going to you in a minute, Rafi. We got to get to Rod in the 870. What's going on?
What's up, brother?
What up?
What's going on, big dog?
Quick. What's up? Real quick. I'm with Ness on this one, man. I think Dillian White. My thing with Dillian White, and this is how I look at it. You're right. He's done good since he lost to Joshua. But Dillian White has a following in the UK. He can pack out a stadium with 30,000 seats. He can sell 500,000 plus UK pay-per-view buys. He has the power to go to his promoter and say, hey, get me Baby Miller, get me Luis Ortiz, get me Dominique Brazil. But he's always taken the lesser route to me. Although Chisora is a good fight, and sometimes he might not be the greatest fighter, but he's perfect for Dillian White to give him a tough fight. He's taking that easier route to me when he has the power to say, get me those guys, and those fights will happen. And that's my problem with Dillian White being next in line for Joshua. I think, give Luis Ortiz a chance, give Baby Miller a chance, because those guys have been waiting, because they don't have the power to say, get me Dillian White, but Dillian White has the power to call those guys out. Last quick thing. When these fighters get on here and they talk about who won the fight, it just boils my blood, because for him to say that Wilder didn't win but 2 rounds, that is just ludicrous, man. These guys have to start watching fights and have to get on here and speak with some sense, because I want to respect them as fighters because they're fighting, but I don't respect their opinion at all, because that was the stupidest thing I heard when he said that Wilder didn't win a round and Wilder didn't do this. Tyson Fury averaged 15 punches in the first 4 rounds. How in the hell did he dominate those rounds when Wilder averaged about 30? Just tell me that. That's just straight logic. So I get everybody want to say they're real, but they're not real. They're just ignorant to me when they're speaking on these fights. That's my call.
Well, actually, these guys are going to go off their fighting style and lean towards what that kind of fighting style is. And
yeah, but get it straight though. He did say that he gave him 1 round other than the knockdown, so it was like 3. And I'm not saying that makes it better for you. I'm just saying like that he did say he gave him 1 other round.
On that subject, me and Chris gonna have to agree to disagree.
Hey man, thanks for calling in. Yo, man, I need to get a sniper like Mark Wahlberg. You know what I'm saying? Who played the best sniper movie?
Mark Wahlberg, the sniper. That was a good one.
There we go. So we need a sniper like him for this chat. Like all this outside talk that ain't boxing. I wish it was me. I wish I was Multiplicity with Michael Keaton and I could just fucking do a bunch of Nesses.
It's too hard, man. This shit talking about Bill Clinton and shit.
Dudes be talking about the stupidest shit in there. Fucking make me sick. Talk to me, Rafi, man. Make my day, Rafi. Yes.
Ness. I got a box of tissues for you over here in England, yeah?
Yeah.
I got a box of tissues for you over here in England. You're talking about Big Belly Miller is more deserving than Dillian White. You must be off your rocker, mate. You must be totally off your rocker. Dillian White has been fighting to get back to AJ for 3 fucking years. Big Belly Miller's been fucking around with outdated fighters, washed up fighters, and you're telling me that he's on par with Dillian White? You need a box of tissues, my friend. You need a box of tissues for those tears. Dillian White is a far more deserving opponent than Big Belly Miller, hands down. And if your boy Wilder hadn't ducked Dillian White, then perhaps it would be a different equation, yeah? But Wilder ducked White till this day. Till this day, yeah? You still don't want to step up. Are you still there?
I'm here. I'm just not cutting you off since the people love you.
Oh, good. All right, good. So till this day, Wilder has been ducking fucking White. Yeah? Talk about that shit, my friend. Talk about that shit. Yeah? All right, okay. I'll tell you one thing more. White will pull up Wilder's skirt, mate. in front of the world, yeah? Wilder will get his skirt pulled up by White, and he knows it, yeah? Hence the docking. Talk about that. Don't worry about fucking Miller. Miller is not, I break it down for you. Miller is not even in the equation.
Man, shut that soft ass shit up, man.
He is not worthy. Miller has done, as we say in the UK, fuck all. He's fought a bunch of washed up fighters and has not shown any ambition. The problem with the US guys, I tell you this, they just after the bag. They're just after the bag. Yeah? Only now has Wilder stepped up. Fair play. Only now has he stepped up. Fair play. He's had 2 tough fights in 2018. Credit for that. Credit for that. But he still doesn't want the fight. He still does not want the fucking fight. Why not? Because he wants to become a fucking billionaire after one fight. He wants to become a billionaire on one fight. The man is whacked out, deluded, and if he comes to the UK, he gets his skirt pulled over his head.
You fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
Nah, baby, you don't see no fear in my eyes. I ain't scared of no man. There's no man I'm afraid of ever on this earth. I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't born like that. It wasn't applied in my heart, baby. This is what I do. No man can ever say he looked into my eyes and seen fear, because fear don't exist there. There's no home for fear in my heart. The things I've been through, the shit I had to go through, fear don't exist in my heart. You better ask about me. That's it, guys. You better ask about me.
Y'all motherfuckers don't know, bruh. Shit, I thought y'all knew.
I don't even gotta talk, man. Let's go to KO'd on the boomerang status. What it do?
Yo, was that Wilder just talking to say there's no fear in his heart? Didn't he come out in another interview and say every fighter has fear for his life? I mean, the guy contradicts himself all the time. But anyway, I don't want to talk about Wilder today. He's a joke. Doesn't want to take the fight. I think AJ obviously wants to fight Dillian White. So from his perspective, Dillian, he would rather break bed with Dillian. And I think something that you guys are missing is the fact that the interview that you're playing actually happened, was it at the Canelo fight? So this was before Dillian White's fight. So obviously, this interview is a bit late. It's a bit late in the sense that, it's happened after the whole drama between AJ and Dillian White. So I think they're gonna fight next if Wilder doesn't step up. What do you guys think?
Who's gonna fight next? Dillian and AJ?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think too.
Because that interview was at the Canelo fight, wasn't it?
Yeah. I believe it was the one on the zone with Akim Barak was either before or after the fight.
It's a bit old, isn't it? Because things has happened since then. So
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's a good fight. I don't know why Nesta is hating on Dillian White.
I mean, Ness just want his guy from the New York City Cops and Kids now to get a shot over Dillian White. Big Baby. I wouldn't necessarily be mad to see Big Baby fight AJ, but I just don't think he's over.
This is the thing, because Ness interviewed Big Baby, and I listened to that interview, and Big Baby said he would rather chase the WBA regular than fight Dillian White.
That's true.
KO, it's funny that you choose that interview. Why didn't you go to the one next week when I came back next week and he said, you know what? I want a Brit. Any Brit. Brit. I want an English muffin. Give him an English muffin.
You can't say one thing and then say another thing after. You're inconsistent.
Why can't you? Why can't you? Why can't you decide, you know what? KO and the public is right. I don't deserve a shot at Joshua, so let me fight Dillian White. But you're protecting Dillian White.
You are allowed to change your mind.
I want Dillian White to get that shot because you know what? You guys in the UK, listen.
He doesn't want to fight Dillian.
Only thing I can say is this, bro. I wish over and over I was born in the UK because you guys love over there so blindly. They know that Big Baby will beat the shit out of Dillian White. Dillian White won't get that major payday.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
I mean, we don't. I mean, look here. I think that. You know what I'm saying? I think Big Baby will win, but we don't know it for a fact now.
Thanks for calling in, KO, and appreciate.
But Big Baby gonna be a problem, bro. That motherfucker.
Listen, Mike, it's not about knowing it for sure. It's not about knowing it for sure. It's about them feeling it. Okay, the UK public feels it in their heart that Dillian White.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
May not be able to, beat Luis Ortiz or Big Baby, so they rather him get his shot with Anthony Joshua because that's how they are, and that's cool. You know, they love their fighters. You know what I mean? They love their fighters, so they want him to get that shot. But
that's cool. I mean, I can't understand that. Just like you want Big Baby to like get a shot. Like, I mean, we all do, but I just think that it just got to be like these sanctions body got to do a better job at like having these like mandatories like done. Like, if a guy's mandatory in one, then make somebody else, you know what I'm saying, high in the other, so these belts can be more active. Because calling for like one belt getting like one mandatory a year is kind of crazy. We got a super chat from Jack Kilsby. Ness, the same Miller who said Joyce ain't worthy, but said he would fight Allen or Price. Shake my head, get the fuck out of here, Ness.
I mean, who does the casual UK public know more, Allen or Price? I mean, last I checked, Poppy pay-per-view is David Allen in the UK. I didn't know that's what they call Joe Joyce.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think Joe Joyce has the fan base over in the UK. No, you're right.
Who knows David Price more or Joe Joyce? I mean, come on.
I mean, people know Dave Allen way more than Joe Joyce. Like, yeah, not even close.
So let's also be clear on this. There is no Joe Joyce on Dillian White's resume, but Big Baby should have a Joe Joyce on his resume because guess what? The UK public again are trying to protect Dillian White. They don't want.
There's no Joe Joyce on Dillian White's resume.
Yeah, where's the declarated amateur flying up the rankings that was 6-0 that Dillian White took on and proved to the world?
I mean, let's not sit here and be like we're overly impressed by Joe Joyce though.
It doesn't matter that we're overly impressed. The fact of the matter is he's still a declarated amateur that's flying up the ranks, has less than 7 fights, and already is being talked about as a top 10 heavyweight. Where is Dillian White done that at for these fans to claim that Big Baby should?
It's a circumstance though with Joe Joyce. Like you can't paint this picture to fucking to the audience though, bro.
That's because
like paint the whole picture.
Wants to fight Dillian White. Just because Big Baby wants to fight Dillian White, he should jump through hoops of fire?
I'm not saying that. So I'm saying Joe Joyce is on a expedited career path because he's older.
Okay.
He's like 30-something, maybe in his early 30s. So he has to be out there being boisterous and call these big fights out because he has to get there a lot sooner than younger heavyweights would. Now, if he was like FA's age, you heard of Ronnie Shields, there's no way that they're gonna put FA in any kind of title contention for maybe another 18 months. So if Joe Joyce had the perfect world, he would do the same thing, but he doesn't. So he has to be boisterous and call these guys out.
I don't care about none of that shit. Where's Lucas Brown's Joe Joyce? Where's Joseph Parker's Joe Joyce?
Andy Ruiz, maybe.
Oh, really? Andy Ruiz plus 20-something fights. Never been in a fight until he fought Joseph Parker because it was for a vacant title. You know, I'm going to call us 2.0.
Experience, bro. I mean, experience.
2.0, you're ridiculous. Michael, talk to us.
It is what it is.
Skype. Isn't it Michael? Is it Michael? Michael? Yes, Michael's up. Go.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
All good.
Happy New Year's to you guys. 2019. Less means there's ways to go on. Yeah, what's the topic, by the way? Is it still the same? AJ interview? Is it about that, yeah?
Yeah, always AJ interviews. Always
Yes,
AJ saying that he's going to do something. This time he's saying he's going to fight Ortiz. Big Baby Miller, and then obviously he throws in the one he really wants to fight, Dillian White. So
Or as Ralphie says, Big Belly Miller.
we're debating who's more deserving.
Look, I think, look, if it's between Dillian White and maybe Miller, I think that Dillian White is more deserving because in the last 12 months he's fought higher caliber opponents than Gerald Miller. However, I think that for strategic business point of view, I think AJ should fight Miller in the States because I think he needs to build his name up in the States. They still call him Anthony Johnson over there, and I think he needs to go over there, continue that momentum. He went to the States already talking about he wants to talking a little bit of smack. Go there, fight Miller, talk more smack, say what Wilder, I want Fury next to whatever, and it builds his brand up a little bit more over there. That's what I think he should do, but it's not going to happen. But that's just my opinion on the whole situation. Ortiz, fuck him. I don't give a shit. He's not good enough. I don't rate him at all. He needs to fight better opposition than Kaufman and Kojanu before he can even talk about fighting Anthony Joshua. Fight someone ranked in the fucking top 10.
That's funny.
Or even in the top
That's
20.
funny because Kujano's a common opponent with Joseph Parker, the guy whose claim to fame makes Dillian White's resume. So whatever, man.
Joseph Parker's a world champion. He's a world champion.
Vacant title world champion.
He's a world champion.
Vacant
He's a
title.
world champion. No matter what you say, he's a world champion. Like, do you know
Controversial
what I mean?
win.
Who is he fought? The last 2 fights has he fought? He's fought someone
Exactly. Who's Joseph Parker's last fight? Who's Joseph Parker's last fight?
Fight someone at least in the top 20.
Yeah.
In the top 20
You mean
at
like-
least.
You mean
Come
like
on now, you're supposed to be dangerous in the division, and they're trying to hype this guy up based on someone who hasn't even fought in the top 50. Come on. But anyways, I agree with you, Nez. I think Miller, that'll be a good fight for AJ to go into the States, build his name up. That's who I think he should happen, but I think it's more likely going to be Dillian White.
Well, all right, Michael. Cut it. All right.
Cut it.
All right. I think we finally we got one more. Touch Potential. Talk to me. Touch Potential. Touch Potential. You're on mute. Unmute yourself. Touch Potential.
Yo, what's up?
What up?
Yeah, man. Good show again. I just find it really
Touch
weird,
Potential. Are you on like speaker or something? You ain't sounding too good right now.
Okay, hold on. Can you hear me better now?
Nah, you sound exactly the same.
Let me take you off the speaker. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Hello, can you hear me?
Now you sound like somebody.
Seems like you're by the phone now.
Yeah. So yeah, what I've got to say for this is it's a weird situation where you got it's like the heavyweight ducking competition right now because obviously you got AJ, he wants to fight Wilder. Wilder's ducking him. You got Wilder. He wants to fight Fury. Fury's ducking him. You got Fury. He wants to fight AJ. AJ's ducking him. I feel sorry for the other guys in the division, to be honest with you, because they can't really make a move until these three guys make their mind up and do something with themselves. Really, you know, it's not good for the fans. We've been waiting for this actual scenario where the top three can fight each other, and obviously they're playing cat and mouse. But so yeah, that's so you know. Obviously, I'm an AJ fan, but seeing he should just take, as far as I'm concerned, should take the Fury fight. Fuck Wilder. Wilder's not interested, and just keep it moving, you know. And I'd definitely like to see Dylan face Big Belly Miller. That would be a sound fight. That'd be a really good fight, you know. Because I have to agree with the last caller. There is no way. There's no way in this world you can, you know, hype up these Ortizes and Millers when they haven't got top 10 fighters on their resume. They got to do the basics. You know, you want to talk about UK.
Yeah, the top 10 fighters are ducking them. Remember, there's only one top 10 fighter that fought them. Yeah, make it happen.
Why don't they get a promoter? Why don't they get a promoter?
No, they do got a promoter. They do got a promoter that works for a fucking dude that they're trying to protect. Why you think they're not giving Big Baby any fucking viable opponents?
You always talk about overpay him then. Get a promoter who can overpay and get things cracking.
My friend,
with the UK,
my friend, who promotes?
Say with the UK
who promotes? My
fighters,
friend,
top 10
my
fighters.
friend, who promotes Dillian? Who promotes Dillian White?
Eddie Hearn.
And who promotes Gerald Miller?
Not Eddie Hearn. He's got a deal with him, but he's not his main promoter. He's got some guy that he's trying to take to court right now. Is he not?
Check this guy. All right, so I'll rephrase the question for you. Who's gotten Big Baby Miller his last 2 fights?
Eddie Hearn.
All right. Why do you think? Why do you think? Why do you think? Why do you think? Why do you think Eddie Hearn is purposely not getting him top 10 heavyweights?
He should get him some top 10.
But why isn't he? Why isn't he? Why isn't he?
Don't want that smoke.
So it's Gerald Miller that doesn't want the smoke.
No, these guys like to protect their records. They like to protect the old man. They don't want to fight anyone in the top 10 unless they're fighting for loads of money.
So it's Gerald Miller. So it's Gerald Miller. You're saying Gerald Miller doesn't want to fight a top 10.
No, he doesn't. Not unless it's for the WBA regular. Or it's Joshua. That's who he's already said that in loads of interviews.
All right. Well, I mean, look, you cannot do more than lead a horse to water. Oliver, Bermuda. Oliver.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Long time. How's everyone?
Good.
Good. What's the topic? I just called hoping that there was a show on.
Well, the topic is Anthony Joshua comes out and says that if he can't get Wilder or Fury, he wants Luis Ortiz, Gerald Miller, or Dillian White. So we're just debating who's more deserving of that shot out of those 3 names.
I'd be. I mean, this is just talk. I mean, if he is being honest. That's definitely the talk that I like to hear personally. But I wouldn't mind seeing Ortiz or Big Baby Miller. Dillian White, we've already seen that fight. I would rather see something that we haven't seen before. And for me, it's just really that clear cut. But we'll see. I don't believe AJ really wants to take those type of fights. So we'll see. Hopefully he proves me wrong though.
Well, all right, Oliver, man. Thanks for calling in. We're going to get up out of here. We got a Patreon show at 1 o'clock. Jesus, this show ran so long. This is show business, you know. We schedule fight at certain times. That shit runs over. Then they wake up and they come on, and now the show runs over. And we're going to end up spilling into Patreon at 1 o'clock.
Did you want to do the Badu Jack and Marcus Brown conference call today?
Well, that's at 2 o'clock. It's been scheduled for over a week. Sleepy time, Mike.
My bad, bro. I don't be knowing shit scheduled like Ron said. We need a calendar, man. I don't be knowing.
Or you could just head on over to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice. Go over to the live and see all the scheduled shows.
I didn't know you could do that, but I don't want to do that though. I'd rather just like get like a notification bell, like, "Hey, Mike, something happened today." I'm lazy now, man. 2018 got me out here, you know what I'm saying? Just want to, 2019, goddamn, I got to quit saying 2018. But yeah, follow me on IG, Gross1911, or on Twitter at Gross2312. And shout out to our guest, Chris Colbert. I forget his trainer's name. Trainer's name is what again? Yes, hit me out.
Aliano Sosa, man. Aliano Sosa.
I'm black, so shout out to Social Crew for coming out here and thank you for being on the show.
I realized the same thing that happened today happened yesterday, where we had a fighter scheduled and we ended up getting their trainer on, and then the fighter ended up coming on. That was crazy. Follow me at Mario Mungi on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, great interviews, man. Yo, Chris is he's got fire, man. He could talk. He could talk for real. I think as long as he keeps winning, big career ahead of that dude. My time.
My final thoughts is Jay-Z said it best. These, you know, it's what you eat doesn't make
me shit.
So, you know, I'm just doing me over here. You know, me, Mike, Mario, we just putting in work. You know what I mean? We don't want no smoke. We don't want no smoke.
We just want the views and the subscribers. So go ahead and tell a friend to tell a friend and smash that notification bell on the way out so you can be notified of every video we do because we will coming back live today. We will be back. We're coming back again and again and again.
I'm telling you, Mike is right. We just want the views. Like, I would never. If I was doing 11 live views, I'd probably kill myself. But I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. And everyone's giving this social media, so catch us on Patreon at 1 o'clock. Peace. Peace.